And good afternoon to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports on a windy day from Camp Point Central High School, where the 10-0 Camp Point Central Panthers play host to the 8-2 Sesser Valier Red Devils. Good afternoon to you. I'm Charlie Hull. Jack's alongside this afternoon. Thanks to Jacob for manning the camera in the wind this afternoon. It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. And round two of the playoffs, and what a difference a week can make when it comes to the weather. It is a very chilly, very windy afternoon here with the wind whipping across the field. It will definitely make an impact in this contest if for nothing more than the kicking game today. And we'll have to see how both teams adjust to the change in elements here this afternoon. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Glad you're alongside on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Berry, Liberty, Pittsfield, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank serving the entire region with great banking services and personalized to meet all of your needs. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The Central Panthers and the Sesser Valier Red Devils this afternoon. And Jack, we're not kidding, we're talking about the change in seasons. It was about 72, 73 degrees a week ago with the sun shining, just as nice of a day as you could have today. It's extremely overcast, a wind coming out of the southwest at about a solid 25 miles an hour, with gusts higher than that throughout the afternoon, and it feels like about 37 degrees here half an hour before this game's scheduled for kickoff.
Well, the punter for Sesser Valier just tried to punt the football from the 50-yard line to the south, and it actually came back, and before it bounced and rolled, it was almost back to where he was. So that's the way the wind's going to be that way. The other way, of course, going from south to north ought to be a big benefit to you. And passing the ball, short passes will still work, but longer ones I think would be a little tougher for both teams. Wind chill factor at about 36, 37 degrees, and you can see your breath in the press box today.
Sesser Valier enters the game with a record of 8-2. On the season, they started the year with a win over Vienna Goreville, 55-12, beat Fairfield, 15-12, a team that's still playing in the 2A playoffs this week. Lost to Carmi White County, 44-12. Then 3 wins in a row. Albion Edwards County 51-0 over Christopher Ziegler Royalton 50-6, and a 27-26 squeaker by El Dorado. Lost to Johnston City in a close contest 33-28, and then won back-to-back games to end the regular season over Flora 28-12 and McLeansboro Hamilton County 39-7 before defeating Central A&M of Moweaqua last week 45-12 and their opening round playoff game. So you take a look at the schedule for the Red Devils, Jack, and one of the things that sticks out is the size of schools they're playing, mostly 2A and 3A opponents.
Very interesting. The broadcaster from the Sparta area said that they used to co-op with Woodlawn and play 3A against people like Mount Carmel. So they've been playing some pretty good-sized schools. So 2A is a little bit less than what they played in the last few years. They haven't had a lot of success in the postseason, but part of that could have been just the levels and co-oping with people and not getting many players, but having to count their enrollment. They'll be a tough opponent today. They put it on Central A&M last week, and that's the team that knocked Central out a year ago in the second round.
The Red Devils did finish their season a year ago at 8-3, so that means they arrived at this point in the season and were unable to move on any farther, as did the Camp Point Central Panthers, who were knocked out in the second round a season ago. They are 10-0 on the season. Wins over Carrollton 43-0, Pleasant Hill Western 46-0, a 30-8 win over Minden Payson Unity, 30-0 over Brown County, 28-0 over Routt, 62-0 against Triopia. Their closest game of the season was the Beardstown game, 36-28 in Week 7. And then Week 8 and 9, kind of cruise control against North Green, 68-6, and Calhoun, 42-6, before defeating Dupo last week, 66-0 in their opening round game. So the Panthers have not played a lot of close games this season.
But one thing they haven't done is give up very many points. 28 points to Beardstown. Did they give up that many to the rest of the teams they played total? And so, I mean, you look at Sesser Valier, who's put a lot of points up on the board. Central's not giving up many points, so their defense is really where everything starts for them.
It is a late arriving crowd. I think folks probably going to be sitting in their cars as long as they can today to try to preserve that warmth as they can. Sesser Valier, if you're wondering, well, how far of a trip do they have today? Well, about 3 hours and 48 minutes, according to Mr. Google. They traveled 221 miles today, just south of Mount Vernon, and north of Carbondale is where you will find this Sesser Valier Red Devil outfit on their home turf. And their squad is out on the field preparing for this afternoon's contest in this Class 1A second round game. We will take a look at what else is going on in 1A and some other games of interest from around the state of Illinois here in playoff action on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Camp Point Central and Sesser Valier this afternoon. The winner of this contest will play the winner of Greenfield Northwestern and Toledo Cumberland. That game scheduled for a 2 o'clock kickoff today at Greenfield. Other games in Class 1A today, Lena Winslow and Oneida Rova are underway with a 1 o'clock start. Fulton and Rockford Lutheran also started at 1. Chicago Hope Academy playing host to, or no, they're actually on the road at Forreston because Forreston pulled the upset. That's a 2 o'clock scheduled start. Ottawa Marquette is at Dakota. A game scheduled to start at 1 o'clock today. Colfax Ridgeview on the road at Catlin Salt Fork, a 2 o'clock start. 2 o'clock kickoff for Tuscola at home against Jacksonville Route. Of course, this contest, and then we told you about the Greenfield Northwestern contest as well, as they play host to Toledo Cumberland. Just going to hit the old refresh button real quick and see if looks like Dakota is beating Ottawa Marquette 8-7 early in the second quarter. Annalena Winslow is up 22-0 in the waning moments of the first quarter of their contest. In Class 2A today, Johnston City is on the road at Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond. Athens is hosting Decatur St. Teresa in a game that was 14-7 in the first quarter. St. Teresa up at last check. Belleville Altop is playing host to Redbud. Knoxville on the road at Bismarck Henning, and they lead 7-6 early in the second quarter of that contest. Taylor Ridge Rockridge at Bloomington Central Catholic, where they currently lead 14-0, just underway in the second period. Pana is at Fairfield. Farmington on the road at Maroa Forsyth. Forsyth leading 7-6 in the second quarter, and Wilmington is home against Downs Tri-Valley today. Elsewhere, just some games of interest. Macomb is playing host to Murfreesboro, so they also have some Red Devils in town in that contest. And in the 6A side of things, Quincy High is playing host to Lamont in a second-round contest there after pulling the first-round upset against Chatham Glenwood. We are about 23 minutes away from the kickoff of this contest between the Camp Point Central Panthers and the Red Devils of Sesser Valier. Jack, Camp Point Central got a little bit of a slow start last week, actually. If you didn't catch it early in the game, you probably didn't really pay much attention in a game that was 66-0, but it was a contest. It was 6:37 left in the first quarter. It was the first time Central scored. And then they were able to score at will. I think it was 44-0 at the halftime break, and really just things went bad in a hurry for DuPo. They'll want to have a little sharper start here today, and we'll talk. You'll have an interview actually in just a few moments with Brad Dixon, but when we talk about this wind, we're not kidding around. This stuff's a real hectic kind of thing for these teams today.
It's a difference maker. There's no doubt about that. It'll be uncomfortable for the officials and the fans. The players may not notice it as long as they're playing pretty even up, but you don't want to fall behind by 20 points or so because it'll start getting cold out there real quick for you. Big thing is 2 o'clock start today means we're going to be just about at dark before we get done here today. And when you look at that and you see like Tuscola and Route playing, Route could host next week, and they play at McMurray Field with no lights. So they'd have to start at 1 o'clock, and they'll have to do everything and make it happen to make that happen. Greenfield on a collision course with Camp Point Central, if they can both get it done, doesn't mean they will. And then Route would be the team in the semifinals. If you could have WIBC for quarters and semis, that's wishful thinking, I guess, on my part. But, hey, love to see those local teams do that well. But this Red Devil squad's going to be a problem today. They're going to have to play good football.
Well, one of the things you just, when you're looking at this Sesser Valier team, you notice is pretty good size when it comes to the lines piece of this contest. And that's one of the things that Central really has not had to go up against a lot this season.
No, and Central's got decent size, but they play some littler guys that play kind of big. So it'll be, the battle of who can win the line, and it is always that. And we even saw DuPo last week shooting the gaps and things early and causing some problems.
It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll pause here to hear from some of the sponsors helping to bring this game to you this afternoon on Central Illinois Sports. When we come back, a visit with Brad Dixon, the head coach of the Camp Point Central Panthers. He and Jack, your way next.
Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Brad Dixon, the head coach of the Camp Point Central Panthers. They are undefeated on the season, taking on a really good team from Sesser, Valier, and Coach. Come into the playoff game, and we both said what a difference a week makes in the weather.
Yeah. Last week I think it was 75 and sunny, and this week it's feels like 37 out there, and 25, 30 mile an hour winds, probably 50 mile an hour wind gusts. So, that's why we like to run the football, because and you get deep in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the football when the weather's not very good. So hopefully that's to our advantage today.
When we left Pike County, it was blowing out of the west, but here it's blowing out of the south. And so one way will make a big difference versus the other. When you've got the wind in your face, you want to do a little bit better time management, probably, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're into the wind, we don't want to punt. Just out here yesterday trying to punt in the wind, that's you got to get some first downs when you're into the wind. Otherwise, you're going to give the opponent with the wind a good advantage. So got to be able to take care of the ball, do those things, and hopefully we'll be able to.
One of the things that I've said for years, it's not quite as cold when you're leading on the scoreboard, it seems like. So establishing and getting an early lead makes a difference in a playoff game in the cold weather.
Yeah, we like to play defense first. I don't know how a lot of teams choose to take the ball against us, or if we win the toss, we choose to defer. And today could be different. You may choose to take the ball, and it all just depends on, or if you choose to defer, then you're going to give the opponent into the wind to start. So I think that'll be a big deal, and obviously kind of always tell our guys there's anxiousness and there's nerves and things like that, but then usually after that first drive, everything kind of settles in and you play football, and you just got to kind of survive that initial hit of adrenaline and all those things, and our guys have played a lot of football. We're as healthy as we can be at this point, and we really like our guys.
Sesser's got good numbers, they've got good size, they've got good athletes, so you know that your guys need to come out and play the type of game and tackle the way that they can.
Yeah, a 2A, 3A schedule all year. They've lost to some teams that are still playing in the playoffs. Beat a team that's still playing in the 2A playoffs in Fairfield. So they're very, very talented. A lot of different running backs similar to us, and they've got 3 or 4 guys that all have over 300 or 400 yards. Good quarterback, good receivers, big tight end, fullback, multiple on offense. So a lot of it's getting lined up correctly to their stuff, and then being able to read our assignments, which we've done pretty good all year. But and then once you get to there, you got to be able to tackle inside out and get them down.
All you can do is give your kids the opportunity to put them in the positions they need to be in for success, and I think you work all year round to do that.
Yeah, we try to. We played a ton of guys all year long. We were in practice yesterday, and we were in offensive stuff, and we had 8 one-way guys on the field on offense. And so, for a 1A school, a lot of teams aren't able to do that. We can almost play 11 guys on one side of the ball, and there might be certain times today where we've got 11 different guys on offense and defense, so we feel good about our depth. But you got to perform and you got to do what your job is, and sometimes you get in games like this, people try to do a little bit more than they're supposed to do, and then that's when you get in trouble. So hopefully our guys will do what they do. And like I said, I like the guys. I like where they're at right now, and I'm excited.
Your Panther staff and your team ready to go for another playoff game. We wish you the best, and we'll look forward to hopefully having another broadcast next week. Thanks for the visit.
All right, thank you.
The Great Rivers Bank pregame show. More comes your way on our broadcast on Central Illinois Sports after these.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival, play some disc golf on our new championship course, spend the day fishing, or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here, with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons: stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Panthers and the Red Devils this afternoon from Camp Point Central High School. And Jack, what are some keys to this contest, first of all, for this Red Devil squad who, man, they got on the bus a little bit earlier this morning?
You got to get off the bus and be aggressive right off the bat, tackle well, not let anybody get outside with the quickness of Camp Point Central, and force them into doing things they're not used to doing. I mean, that's the key to everything. It's tackling well and then taking care of the football and running your offense and trying to get a few first downs each time you got the possession.
And for this Camp Point Central squad, I think, the goals are kind of the same. You want to control the ball on the offensive side. Sure, you'd like to have those big plays, but the more time you have the ball in your hands, the easier it is for your defense to go a little more rested up, and it's kind of been their recipe for success this year.
First time that I can remember in a long time that Central's won a flip and taken the football. They're going to take the football and go into the wind to start the game. So Coach Dixon and Coach Ray have strategized this, probably asked Bob Ray's advice, and that's what they came up with.
Possibly so. The Red Devils look like they're going to head back to the locker room one last time. When the elements...
They'll be tired before they get back.
When the elements are like they are today, especially against the wind.
Yeah.
When the elements like they are today, though, you almost wonder if it's not just once you're out in it, stay out in it, because you don't really want to get warmed up and then get cooled back off. That's when you could see some injuries.
No, I don't think there's any basis for going inside, and I think their coach just changed their mind when some of them were running into the wind, and they're kind of all over the practice field over there right now trying to get organized. About time for national anthem time, and so I think they're going to stay out for the anthem. That's probably the respect their coach is showing too. But out here in the wind, you make it happen the best you can.
It's a tough day for football, but I was talking with you earlier. The cross-country state championships are today, and it was raining up in the Peoria area. What an absolutely miserable experience that would be.
You're a mile and a half into the race, and you turn into the wind. The only thing I think would be worse than that is if you're playing tennis championships outside today.
Golf, maybe. It'd be pretty miserable out there this afternoon. It is a lighter crowd than you would have with a little nicer weather. And the cold is something in and of itself, but this wind is definitely going to help keep some people at home in the warmth of their houses today, and hopefully that means you've joined us here on Central Illinois Sports. We pause for a break as the Central Marching Band will have the national anthem. We'll take a look at starting lineups next on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
Time to take a look at the starting lineups in this contest. Starting lineups brought to you this afternoon by Trex LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trex. Trex is currently operating with mobile service units only at this time as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trex looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trex 217-922-0044 and be sure to like Trex on Facebook. And for your starting lineups, here's Jack.
Well, as we look at the Red Devils of Sesser Valier, head coaches are John Shadoans and Mike Rudd. They'll have it a running back, Gabe Gunner. He is a 6'1", 195-pound senior. He'll also play a linebacker. At wide receiver and cornerback is Desmond Malone. He is 5'11", 155, and a junior. In the slot is Colt Packer, and Packer is a 6'2", 220-pound junior. That's a lot of boy right there running the football. At wide receiver is Wyatt Lux. He is a 6', 185-pound junior. At quarterback is Carson Hawford. He is also a linebacker on defense, 6'2", 190, and a senior. The left tight end is Colton Payne. He is also a linebacker and a wide receiver part of the time, 5'11", 185, and a senior. Running back is Brock Shelf. He is a 5'11", 175-pound senior, as Shelf and Gunner will rotate in and out. At right guard is Hayden McMurray. He is a 6', 200-pound sophomore. At the left guard is Kendall Irwin. He's 5'10", 175, and a junior. The center is Cash Acosta. He is 5'10", 180, and a sophomore. This line has gotten a little younger as the years went along. At right tackle is Luke Berry, 6'3", 195, and a junior. He also plays on the defensive line. And the left tackle is Nathan Gallant. He's 5'10", 175, and a junior. That's the starting lineup for the 8-2 Red Devils of Sesser Valier. For Camp Point Central, who are 10-0 on the season, Brad Dixon is their head coach. Casey Ray, Casey Monroe, Andrew Griffin, Dustin Griffin, Zach Houston, Tracy Ray, John Hibbert, and Ian Foss are the assistants. They'll start at a left wing, Gavin Graves. He'll also be a left cornerback, 5'10", 155, and a senior. The right wing is the All-Stater and also a strong side inside linebacker, 6'3", 200-pound senior Isaac Genenbacher. At quarterback is Nick Moore. He's the junior. He'll play right cornerback also. He is a 6'1", 175-pound junior. At the fullback is Connor Griffin. He's 5'9", 175 and a junior. You also see Ross Riley, the 6'1", 185-pound senior there at that position. At right guard is Caden Niekamp. He is a 6', 190-pound freshman. He'll also play on the defensive side. At left tackle is Bo Gottman. He is the 6', 175-pound senior. The left guard is Reese Wilkie. Wilkie is a 6', 185-pound junior. At center is Owen Roth. He'll play the nose guard on the defensive side. 6'1", 255 and a senior. You'll hear his name a lot. The right tackle is Robert Gooding. He is also a strong side defensive tackle, 6'3", 205 and a junior. The left end, Carter Eiler, 6'5", 190 and a senior. Right end is Josh Alford. He'll play strong side outside linebacker, also 6'5", 195 and a senior. And, of course, Cole Proct will be in and out in lots of different positions today. He is a 6'3", 320-pound senior. Good size on both sides.
That's the starters for this contest this afternoon. A final break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll kick it off. Camp Point Central, Sesser Valier next on Central Illinois Sports.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beer scores?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Pike County Lumber is the place to start all your building projects. They offer a huge selection of framing and specialized lumber, beautiful interior and exterior doors, and multiple roofing options that can be delivered to your rooftop. Start your indoor projects at Pike County Lumber too. New or renovated bathrooms are one of their specialties. Updating your flooring, time for a new kitchen, any project from start to finish. You can trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
I love working in spine care because when patients get better, there's no better feeling than that.
We both, Alexis and I, take a lot of time listening to their story, which is important so the patients know that we are caring and are thinking about them and not just about their back or just about their neck. You start with the story, you add the exam information, and then you come up with what's causing this problem, and then a treatment plan.
Well, we're just about ready for this afternoon's kickoff on Central Illinois Sports. The Camp Point Central Panthers just taking the field. Wind is out of the southwest right now at 25 miles per hour, gusting up to 40 miles per hour. The Panthers will receive the opening kick. And Jack, if I had a bet, I would bet you right now they'll start at the 20-yard line because I was watching Gavin Dressler, the 5'11", 165-pound senior, kick for the Sesser Valier squad before the game, and I saw him make a field goal from the 45-yard line and just missed from the 50 with the wind at his back.
Well, with this kind of a wind, all you got to do is get it up in the air and kind of guide it from there, right? No problem.
Yeah, easy as that. Yeah, I think you might have to have some kicking talent also.
I might have pulled a hammy on that one.
Yeah, possibly so. Our kickoff is brought to you by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older. No appointment necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org.
You know, one thing you might see, though, is the Panthers are backed up. Maybe Sesser Valier would try to pooch a ball and try to get it early and have that wind at their back to get the ball on the offensive side and get a little momentum.
Well, the only thing I would say that could keep him from kicking it in is he's going to have to have somebody hold the ball, and that's definitely different than kicking off of a tee. But I'm sure both of these squads were preparing for the wind, as it has been in the forecast for most of the week. The Red Devils are in the visiting white uniforms with the maroon numbers and gray trim. The Panthers are in the all-black home uniforms with the old gold numbers and white trim here this afternoon.
Ought to be a good one. Sit back and enjoy football, and we have got a load of people watching right now. Glad you've all joined us on Central Illinois Sports for all the action today.
All right, we're ready to roll here in round 2 action in Class 1A.
I think Luke Berry is kicking off.
All right. We've got the guy holding it. Berry will put his foot into this one. It's a high kick, catches the wind a little bit, drives the man back inside the 5 where he goes to his knees, comes up off with it, and it's going to be terrible field position for the Panthers all the way back at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he went down to cover the ball, and that's going to make the Panthers deep in their own territory with the wind at their face. We've seen them go 99 yards before, but they've got their work cut out for them, and you can bet the Red Devils are licking their chops, and they got the forks out early in this one.
That was Gavin Graves that time. I think he might have been able to let that ball bounce us go into the end zone. But, yeah, it's all the way down at the 1-yard line here. So you talked about 99 yards. Well, they'll have to do that again if they hope to score on this opening drive. First and 10 from their own 1-yard line for Camp Point Central. Less than an ideal place to start from. The quarterback, Nick Moore, will be under center. Marks out the signals, puts a man in motion. He'll hand it off to the deep back here. That's Ginnebacher trying to get outside. Has the corner up across the 10-yard line. Breaks a tackle, 15, 20-yard line. Pulls away from another man. Taken out of bounds finally near the 31-yard line. A pickup of 30 yards on the run and a first and 10 for the Panthers.
Just what the doctor ordered. Ginnebacher breaking tackles early. When I got a chance to see the Red Devils play Carmi White County, I noticed that was one of the bugaboos they were having there, but that was early in the season.
First and 10 with a lot more breathing room from their own 31. Just underway in the first quarter, 11:49 to play. Moore under center. He'll hand it off to the fullback Griffin. Has a good gain here. Has the first down, and Moore stretches up near the 45-yard line. A pickup of 14 yards on the play and another first and 10.
You see Griffin switch the ball about halfway through that carry. It's a dangerous move, but he was trying to set himself up for the position there, and here they go, no huddle.
Back-to-back first down plays. Into the wind they go here. Moore under center in the double wing. Puts Ginnebacher in motion. He'll hand it off to Ginnebacher left side. Cuts back middle of the field. Into Red Devil territory. Down at their 45-yard line. Going to be just shy, a gain of 9 on the play. And bring up a 2nd and 1.
Good run by Ginnebacher. He had one man to beat again, and the Panthers going no huddle again. 5-man front, usually a 4-man front, but they're moving the linebackers up and got 6 men on the line right now.
Moore under center on the 2nd and 1. Puts Ginnebacher in motion. Fakes to him, and we have a flag fly as a false start. Will be the first penalty of this afternoon's contest.
5-yard penalty will take the ball back to the, 49-yard line of the Panthers. It'll be just short of the 50-yard line. So the Panthers are going to be facing a 2nd and 6 instead of a 2nd and 1.
11-11, and the clock stopped here in the first quarter. No score in the early part of this contest, so the Panthers switch in a whole new set of backs in the backfield.
Riley at the fullback position. You've got Pavin on the left side and Lauterbach on the right side.
Moore will be under center. He puts a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Riley. Riley's got the first down and Moore rumbling away from, and one man caught him by the ankles all the way down to the 35-yard line. A 16-yard pickup and another first and 10 for Camp Point Central. Off and running early here are these Panthers.
If you can't tackle, you're going to be in trouble, and these fullbacks in this double wing cause all kinds of problems. And now getting a man out, putting another man in. We see Farmer going out and Braden Short coming in on the line. As the Red Devils are trying to change on the fly, the Panthers are in the huddle now as they went over to Coach Ray and got the play on the 1st and 10 from the 35.
It's taken them 4 plays to go from their own 1-yard line all the way to the 35 of Sesser Valier. That's with a 5-yard penalty worked in. They'll give it off to Riley again on the right side. Short gain on the play. Taken down shy of the 30 at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4. It brings up a 2nd down and 6.
20 yards for Riley on 2 carries on the day, 39 yards for Ginenbacher, and 14 for Griffin. Big yardage in the early going. Just over 10 minutes left first quarter. No score on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Second round playoff action here. The winner going to the quarterfinals.
Moore will get the play from the sideline. 20 seconds still on the play clock. 10 minutes left in this opening quarter. 2nd and 6 from the 31-yard line. Moore under center. Puts a man in motion. He'll give it off again to Riley. All right, up the gut. He'll be taken out inside the 30. Forward progress near the 27-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd and 2 for Camp Point Central.
Now you see Griffin come in, and then the regular starting lineup, as you'll see Graves on one side, Ginenbacher on the other, and Griffin behind him with Moore, the quarterback. Owen Roth is the center, and he leads this line back to the ball on a 3rd and 2 from the 27.
9 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the first. Moore checks the line, sets up under center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Griffin on the right side. Has the first down. Breaks away from one tackler. Still on his feet. Take it down inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards on the play and a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Griffin rumbling here, and he gets hit and bounces off of people. You cannot arm tackle this Panther squad in the early going. It's not working well for the Red Devils, but you got to complete the deal here. You started at your own 1. You've come a long way, baby, but you got to finish it.
Sesser Valier a little bit on their heels in the early going. 9 minutes to play in the first. Camp Point Central at the Red Devil 14.
Pavin on the left side now.
1st and 10 here for the black and gold Camp Point Central squad. They'll hand it off on the left side to Griffin. Hole there closes up fairly quickly. He'll be taken down near the 12-yard line, a gain of 2 yards on the play, and a 2nd and 8.
Now you see Moore look to the sidelines to see if they're going to give him a play or whether he'll have to come over and get it. The line is slow getting back. As Cole Prock out there playing on the left-hand side. So you've got a big line on the left side, and that's where they've been attacking quite a bit of the time. A 2nd and 8 from the 12, 8:20 and counting left in the quarter. Here comes Graves back with the play.
Coach Dixon talked about before the game when they had the wind in their face, they try to take some more time. 13 seconds on the play clock as the line comes set. Ginenbacher now sets up in the backfield with 8 seconds there. Under center is Moore. Moore takes the snap, hands it to Ginenbacher on the left side. He's taken down very quickly on the play. Near the line of scrimmage. Looks like he gets down to about the 11, a gain of a yard on the play. This will bring up a 3rd and 7 and a big play coming up here.
Yep, you got 2 downs to get 7 yards, and you need 12 to get into or you need 11 to get into the end zone. But that time, the Red Devils had about 8 or 9 guys on the line. Might the Panthers try to just throw a little bloop over the top right into the wind?
That would be a tough one here, but let's see what they want to do. 7:30 and counting in the first quarter. 3rd and 7 from the Red Devil 11-yard line. Moore and the Panther offense come to the line. Looks to his right, now his left. Under center is the junior quarterback. Hands to the second back there on the right side. That's Graves. He's upended there. And taken down for no gain on the play. And it'll be a 4th and 7 from the 11. And this Red Devil defense showing some life here now.
Moore's going to come to the sidelines, talk to the offensive coordinator in Casey Ray, the head offensive coach, and we'll see what the Panthers have here. The Red Devils have really gotten tough in the red zone.
Panthers have taken nearly half of this first quarter off of the clock. 6:45 and the clock counting down to this first quarter. But a crucial 4th and 7 now from the 11-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left-hand side. A tight end on the right-hand side is Josh Alford. Moore will be under center. Puts a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Now tries to keep it himself. Pitches it at the last second. It's an incomplete pass as that was a forward pass. Incompletion stops the clock. And a turnover on downs with 6:28 to play in the first as the Red Devils bend but don't break.
4 and out on that play, so a nice job by both teams, but the Red Devils stepped it up when they needed to. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, their first possession at the 6:28 mark of the first quarter of play. No score in the ballgame on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. I got to tell you, I was impressed with the way the Red Devils adjusted at the end of that without even having to call a timeout.
Yes, made a very quick adjustment on the defensive front, and it definitely showed. They'll come out with a single receiver wide to the right, a single man to the left-hand side. The quarterback, Carson Hofford, the 6'2", 190-pound senior, is in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off to the running back on the right-hand side. And trying to get the corner there is Brock Shelf, I believe. And nothing there. In fact, loses a yard on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, they ran a long way to not get anything. In fact, lose a yard. The quarterback was able to get the ball and hand it off and make a good fake, but nothing on the right side that time as the linebackers and the quarterbacks came up and made the play, and Lauterbach was the man with the initial hit.
Halfway home in this first quarter. Camp Point Central stalled deep in Red Devil territory. Now Sesser Valier has it. Here's the quarterback, Hofford, running the option. Pitches it at the last moment. The ball's on the ground. The running back dives, able to collect it there at Shelf up at the 14-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 8.
2-yard gain to the 14-yard line.
It's about 8.5 there, but we'll call it 8 yards ago. 5:45 left. Why did they stop the clock? Why is the clock stopped?
I don't know. 5:45 to play in the first.
The clock should not be. The clock should be running now.
They're not winding it here, though. I'm not really sure. Quarterback Hofford is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, a single man to the right. He is back to pass. Now flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield. Ball thrown up for grabs and incomplete. Intended receiver Wyatt Locks that time. The 185-pound junior, incompletion does stop the clock with 5:40 to play in the first, and a quick 3-and-out for the Red Devils.
Pabin with a nice job on the defensive side. The man got behind him in Locks, but with all the extra wind, he just overthrew it.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely affected that. So the Red Devils now will punt deep in their own territory.
Appears to be Dressler back there to punt now. You got to have a good hike. Back deep is Pabin. You got to take care of the ball if you're the Panthers.
Punter is wearing 81, which I don't have. I'm going to assume that is Dressler. Listed as 80. Number 1 in your hearts. He gets the punt away. It's an end-over-end kick, and the Panthers will let it take a bounce. Bounces at the 50 and is going to roll dead at about the 44-yard line. That's where Camp Point Central will start 1st and 10 at their own 44 with 5:31 to play in the opening quarter. So both teams on the offensive side have a possession under their belts, and Camp Point Central more positive yardage, but the teams with the same number of points on the scoreboard on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
No momentum in that first series of changing around. Each team had an opportunity, but nobody got that momentum.
1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line, and the adjustments within the game, usually what wins games like this when teams are pretty even on the talent front. Moore is under center, puts a man in motion left to right, and Graves hands it off to the fullback. That's Griffin. Met with some resistance, getting both hands on the ball. They finally do call it dead up at the 47-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. And this will bring up a 2nd down and 7 for Camp Point Central.
Red Devils have made an adjustment. One of those adjustments is when they brought Braden Short into the game on the defensive line, and he's been a difference maker.
6'2", 225-pound junior, and he can move a little bit. 2nd and 7 for Camp Point Central. 5 minutes to play in this first quarter.
Graves is out, and you see Pabin playing that left wing now.
Moore under center once again for Camp Point Central. He'll hand it off to Pabin along the right end, has some blocking out in front. 40, 35 as he's pushed out of bounds into Red Devil territory at their 35-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards on the play. And a 1st and 10 for Camp Point Central.
Pabin had 3 blockers in front of him, and that was impressive. And one of them was Isaac Gittenbacher. Gooding also out there. And I think, let's see, who was the 3rd man out there in front of him? Gooding was one of the men really making a difference.
All the way to the Red Devil 35. 4:47 to play in the first as the clock stopped as the man went out of bounds. Moore puts Gittenbacher in motion. Nearly drew the Red Devils off sides there. Little 5-man front for Sesser Valier. Now he's under center once again. Hands it off to the first back, and Griffin. He's upended quickly at about the 34. Short gain on 1st down, and it brings up a 2nd down here.
Right now, Sesser Valier's done a good job of closing in on the middle, and that nose guard has made the difference. They play a 4-man front, so they've actually got 2 guards and 2 tackles. Then they bring a linebacker up on the outside in Carson Holford, who is their quarterback also. And, you know, when you got your quarterback playing on every play that aggressively, it can make a difference.
Just over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 9 from the 34. Moore takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the deep back. That's Pavin again. Pavin cuts back, rips away from a man. Good hard finish to that run down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on the play. It will result in a 3rd down and 3.
Pavin might weigh 135 pounds soaking wet, but he broke a couple of tackles there and drug a big man with him to gain about 4 more yards.
Red Devils are really trying to strip the ball here. It's a 3rd and a long 3. 3:40 and the clock counting down to the first quarter. But Central's done what they wanted to do with the wind in their face, and that's take a lot of time off the clock. They have owned the time of possession in this one as the Red Devils have had the ball on offense for less than 60 seconds in the first quarter.
5 first downs for the Panthers, none for the Red Devils so far, but no score.
3rd and 3 here. You see a hard count. Moore under center, takes the snap. Hands it off to Ginnenbacher on the right side, looking for space, trying to get turned upfield. Not much there. Looks like he's down to about the 27-yard line. Gain of 1.5 yards on the play, and this brings up a 4th and a pretty solid 2 to go here, Jack.
Yep, it's a good 2 yards to go. They need to get the ball down to the 25 for the first down. It's up to the line right now to make the holes.
2:52 and counting to the first. Moore under center. Puts Ginnenbacher in motion. Trying to draw him off sides. The Red Devils weren't having any of that. Now Moore looks to the sideline. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. No score here in the first quarter. Moore back under center. Puts Ginnenbacher in motion. Hands it to him. Trying to get around the left edge. Has to cut it back up, and he won't. He could not cut back. Is taken down at the 30-yard line. A loss of 3 yards on the play. And another turnover on downs for Camp Point Central on what looked to be a promising drive. 2:33 to play in the first. And the Red Devils back on the offensive attack.
Gabe Gunner, the linebacker, made a tremendous play on that. A solo tackle against an All-Stater. That's a good one. It's going to all start at the 30-yard line this time for the Red Devils.
1st and 10. They went a quick 3 and out the last time that Sesser Valier. Wind is at their back. 2:33 to play in the first. Might they try to go to the air while they have that to their advantage? Hofford, the quarterback, is in the shotgun. He'll hand it off on the right side. This is Gabe Gunter. Gunter is going to get a solid gain on first down up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Elijah Ginnenbacher in on the stop for Camp Point Central, the sophomore linebacker.
2:19 and counting left first quarter, and the 4th offensive play of the day for the Red Devils with 2 minutes left in the quarter with the wind at their back.
It was Gunter's first carry of the day. He's a 6'1", 195-pound senior.
Some confusion there on the play and where everybody's supposed to be set.
2 receivers left. Hofford again is the quarterback. He gets a little bit of a slow snap. Now he's trying to get some room outside. Turned back inside by a nice play by the end. And Ginnenbacher, the ball is stripped. It's loose, and the Panthers have recovered all the way to the 29-yard line. And a takeaway we saw a couple of times last week with the Central squad. That time Ginnenbacher did a nice job to hold the outside contain and then stripped the ball and recovered it. And Camp Point Central back in business at the Red Devil 28-yard line.
Quarterback kept the ball, no gain on the play, lost the ball on the fumble, and the Panthers in great field position on the 28-yard line with 1:50 left in the first quarter, but you got to seal the deal and get some points this time.
Their best field position here of the day by far. Their worst is about as bad as it can get in high school football, started at their own 1. This time it's at their opponent's 28-yard line, but this Red Devil team has proven to be tough with the ball deep in their own territory. They'll hand it off to Griffin. Griffin looking for running room on the right side. Again, not a lot there to the 26-yard line. A gain of a couple on the play. It's a 2nd down and 8.
Griffin holding on to the ball with both hands, doing a nice job there. You got to get him to bite on that fake in the middle and take 3 of those linemen with you, then get something off left tackle on that side. Little counter play where you pull a guard might be a difference maker right now.
1:25 and the clock ticking down to the first quarter. Red Devils switching some men out on the defensive front. They do have some beef up front. And the Panthers trying to open up some holes there.
8 and 9 on the line right now.
Now a penalty flag flies, and we're going to get an offsides by Camp Point Central. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Second 5-yard penalty, 10 total yards, taken back 5. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. It'll take the ball back to the 31-yard line.
1:12 left in this first quarter.
I think the Panthers may go to the air here when they've got that many guys in the box. Now the wind blowing out of the west across the field, Charlie.
Might go out the south. Depends on where you're standing, I think.
I'm looking at the flag right here, and it looks like it's blowing pretty good right where they got the ball.
It's blowing. A minute left to play in the first.
Panthers don't need to be in a big hurry. If they could make this the last play of the quarter, they could get that win behind them.
7 seconds on the play clock as Camp Point Central's up to the line now. 3 more under center. Takes a snap, hands it to Griffin on the right side. Puts his head down. Gets a positive momentum. Ball stripped, and Sesser Valier thinks they have it now. And the referees come in off the pile, and it is Sesser Valier Red Devil football on a strip and recovery by this defensive unit. So right about the same place. The ball was fumbled earlier, was it not? Penalty flag is waved off here. There was a flag. It might have inadvertently came out. It was supposed to be the beanbag. Either way, the Red Devils have taken over after their defense gets a takeaway. 40.8 seconds to play in the first.
They got 40.8 seconds with the wind at their back. Might they go to the air right now and try to flood an area and get a long pass play to end this first quarter?
Ball is at their own 28-yard line. Both teams still trying to feel each other out in this first quarter. It's been a quick one.
Colton Payne wide out to the left side, usually a tight end.
2 receivers right. Now they put a man in motion right to left. Hofford, the quarterback, is back to pass, rolling out to his left. Looks for a man out in the flats. That is Wyatt Laux. He'll be up at the 35-yard line, a gain of 7 yards on the play. Went out of bounds, 2nd and 3.
Got 1 foot in. That was it. You got to have both in, I thought, in high school.
36.2 seconds to play in the first. Clock is killed here. First completed pass of the day, if memory serves.
Right.
2 receivers split out wide to the right. Hopper, the quarterback, again in the shotgun. Calls for the snap. He'll hand it off on the left side. This is Desmond Malone, the ball carrier. He'll be taken down to the backfield. Taken down near the 33-yard line. Loss of a couple on the play. Wilkie in on the stop. It's a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Malone got hit hard that time. Desmond Malone. And what did he lose? 1 or
2? And I believe that will be the final play of the first quarter.
I would hustle if I was them and take advantage of
Could take a timeout right at the end of the quarter here, maybe to preserve the wind at their back, but they will not do so. And we'll head to the second quarter with this game tied at 0. 0-0 Camp Point Central and Sesser Valier on Central Illinois Sports.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Ready to start the second quarter. Sesser Valier has it 3rd and 5 from their own 33-yard line. Trying to pick up their first down of the game. A quarter that was dominated time of possession-wise by Camp Point Central, but a game that is on the scoreboard here as we start the second frame. Quarterback Hofford is in the shotgun. He hands the ball off, not before a penalty flag flies, and it's a false start against this squad from Sesser Valier. No, they call it offsides. Second time we've seen offsides called on the guy on this side. And the second offensive offsides penalty I've seen this season. The first one was in the first quarter.
John W. Carroll is one of the officials today. He's that line judge.
Back to the 28-yard line, and 3rd and 10 is a lot different with that wind now in the face of the Red Devils. Just underway in this second quarter, I should say. 11:59 officially showing on the clock. Hofford, the quarterback. 2 receivers left, a single man to his right. He goes back to pass. Quick pass on the left-hand side to Wyatt Laux. Laux is going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Going to lose yardage back to the 26-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 12.
Niekamp made a play there, but the man in front of him was being held, and there was no call on the play. Did you see the man trying to get loose there?
No, I didn't.
Now it's going to be a punt. We're going to get to see a punt into the wind, as we talked about at the beginning of the game.
Gavin Dressler picked some grass up and threw it over his shoulder like he needed to know which way the wind was blowing. I would think you'd be able to tell. It's fairly apparent now, as the press box feels like it could fall down at any moment. It's a high kick, not going to go very far.
Oh my.
Be one of the shorter punts you're ever going to see.
It's not going to make the line of scrimmage.
In fact, it goes out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 at their opponent's 26-yard line, and this is one of the times Camp Point Central's got to bear down and execute here on the offensive side.
11:17 left in the half. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 26 of Sesser Valier, and the Panthers on the attack. That punt didn't gain a thing. We've seen some record punts, and that's another one. We told you what that wind would do, and it did. Bowlers Universe, Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday till midnight. Stop in and see them and have a great specialty pizza and more at the Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield.
Well, it appears the Sesser Valier fans are a little less vicious than the Dupo fans were a week ago. They get to stand on the track. Here's a handoff. No, back to pass goes Moore. Looking downfield. Has a man behind the defense. Jump ball for Ginenbacher, and it's incomplete. Nice recovery on the defensive side by Brock Shelf to help kind of take away the sight line for Ginenbacher. Incomplete pass. Clock stops. 11:12 to play in the first half.
0-0. Greenfield, Northwestern, and Cumberland. Second quarter, 7-7. Route and Tuscola. And I think they were in the first quarter yet, were they not?
Yes, in the final moments of that first quarter, in fact. Here it's 11:12 to play in the second quarter. It's no score.
Ginenbacher looked wide open, but the defensive man did a great job on the recovery.
Under center is Moore, a single receiver wide to the left. They put a man in motion in Ginenbacher, looking for the outside. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, now tries to turn it up, and is going to still lose yardage on the play. At about the 28, a loss of 2, and it's 3rd and 12.
Ginenbacher with 30 yards, 9 yards, and then 1, 2, -3, and -2. Red Devils being very aggressive across the middle, and they're winning the line of scrimmage right now.
For as easy as Central moved the ball on the first drive, and even to start that second drive, things have not been simple here.
I'd say that's a good job by the defensive squad of the Red Devils.
10 minutes, 37 seconds to play in the second quarter. As Central comes to the line, a single man out wide to the right-hand side is Gavin Graves. Moore is under center. A lot of guys up at the line of scrimmage. He is back to pass. Rolling to his right, throws it downfield, has a man open to the flats. It's caught down there by Alford. Alford is near the sticks. It looks like he has the first down as they're going to mark him out right at the 15-yard line, a 13-yard pickup, and that should be enough for a first down. And it is. A 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the first pass completion of the afternoon for Nick Moore.
6 first downs for the Panthers, none for Sesser Valier, but it's still 0-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
217-922-0044 for Trucks, TRUX. Check them out on Facebook for all of your diesel repair needs. 10:22 to play in this second period. Panthers a fresh set of downs at the Red Devil 15-yard line. Moore under center puts Ginenbacher in motion. Hands it off on the right side. That's Griffin. Big hole closed up quickly, but not before a nice quick hitter inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain on the play of 6 yards and a 2nd and 4.
45 yards for Griffin now. He's carried the ball 8 times already.
This defensive unit for the Red Devils has some good quickness, too, from those linebacker spots. You can see things that are open up sometimes at the line of scrimmage that close quickly with that next level of the defense.
Might have to quit pulling guards and let him stay home and block that guy straight up.
2nd and 4 from the 9. Riley is checked into the fullback spot. They'll hand it off to Ross Riley, running up the middle, stretches forward, down shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. A gain of 3 yards on the play. This will bring up a 3rd down and 1. Malone in on the stop for the Red Devils. 3rd and 1 from the Red Devil 6. 9:33, and that clock just keeps on moving. Remember how long that first half was a week ago? This one, not so much.
I'll tell you what, Riley's hard to stop for a yard or less, is he? Not? Whatever I said.
That was a pregnant pause. I'm not really sure whether to agree or disagree with you, but I would agree he was hard to stop for a single yard. Under center is Moore. They'll hand it off to Riley. He dives forward. It looks like he has that yard and more. Forward progress is going to take him down right to the 5-yard line. He needed one, got one, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
7th first down for the Panthers, 5 yards away from pay dirt with 9:11 left in the first half of play. No score in the ball game.
They have been deep in Red Devil territory several times before, but have not been able to complete the deal. And now the officials are talking about something here. And let's see what I thought I saw him signal as an unsportsmanlike, and the referee will tell us that it is a unsportsmanlike conduct called against Sesser Valier, so that will take the ball to the 2.5-yard line and be a first and goal.
That's a huge penalty.
So first and goal takes it down to the 2.5, 3-yard line, and it's first and goal. We'll call it the 3 as well.
You got to display the game.
One of the shortest
personal fouls ever.
Yeah, one of the shortest 15-yard penalties you'll ever see. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Under 9 minutes to play in the half. Nick Moore with Riley at the fullback spot. Moore puts a man in motion, hands it off to the first man in Ross Riley. He is taken down near the 2, caught the 1. It'll be second and goal at the 1 after a short 2-yard gain.
Riley's got 31 yards now on 6 carries.
And the size for Sesser Valier is giving the Panthers some trouble when it comes to this line play here.
Here comes the Lauder back into the game. Who will he bring out? Griffin coming out in, and Riley usually would come out on that side. Pabin is the other man coming out right now, so a little bigger size. And Ginenbacher coming. No, that's Riley coming off. My mistake.
Did they break the huddle with 12 guys? Ooh, I don't know. Wishbone formation now. Under center Moore. He will hand it off. Ginenbacher left side stretches out. He is down at the half-yard line.
Wow.
The football will nearly be touching the goal line on this next play and a third and goal.
I'd bet you one of those donuts on that one that he was going in.
Third and less than a yard to go here from the half of a yard line. Let's see if Moore just stays under center here and tries for the quarterback sneak. Everybody up in the box. Moore takes the snap, hands it off. Ginenbacher left side for the score. Isaac Ginenbacher finishes the drive with a touchdown. 7:39 to play in the second quarter, and Camp Point Central takes a 6-0 lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
6-0 here. The Panthers got the ball. You remember on that punt on the 26-yard line. So it's 26 yards. They took the ball from the 11:17 mark to the 7:39 mark. That's about 3.5 minutes to go 26 yards.
They continue to dominate the time of possession here, and this time come away with the score. And I think if the first quarter and some change tells you on this one, this is going to be a dogfight throughout. Moore under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to Griffin on the left side. He's going to be well shy of the goal line on the 2-point try, and the score will remain at 6-0. 7:39 to play in the half. Camp Point Central 6, Sesser Valier nothing as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Camp Point Central draws first blood, 7:39 to play in the first half. They take a 6-0 lead on the Red Devils of Sesser Valier on a 1-yard touchdown run by Isaac Ginenbacher, a drive that started at their opponent's 26-yard line, but it took a while to get those 26 yards. This Red Devil team proving to be some tough hombres out there. Eiler will have it teed up, and it'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to get it to stay on the tee. It didn't happen much in the pregame, as both teams had to work on kicking off with a holder.
They're going to have somebody hold it. Greenfield Northwestern up 6-0 second quarter on Toledo Cumberland, too. The winner of these two contests play next week. But what can Eiler do here? The Panthers are up 6-0, but don't forget that Sesser Valier will get the ball to start the second half also. That's something you didn't usually say in a Panther game.
Eiler has his hand in the air waiting for the Whistle from the official. He has it there. They will not fake the onside with the holder. They don't want to kick the holder, I guess. And see what Eiler's able to do with the wind at his back. He will put his boot into this one, kicks it on the ground, going to be taken by one of the up men at about the 30-yard line. He'll be slung down at the 32 after a quick return. Eiler and Miller in on the stop.
Eiler kicked the ball and got the tackle. Wow.
Let's say the 33-yard line is where that man will be taken down. And that's where Sesser Valier starts 1st and 10 at their own 33, 7:34 to play in this first half. The Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County and the surrounding area since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
Now you got to see what you can do on the defensive side and hold them here with the wind in their face. And then when you look at the second half, the Panthers will be kicking off, and you would think Sesser would take the wind to start the second half. But
or do you want it in the fourth quarter?
I guess we'll just have to see. There's a lot of ball game to be played in the first half yet. It's a 6-0 ball game.
Just now get the ready for play whistle, so the play clock still plenty of time left here. 20 seconds on the play clock, in fact, as the Red Devils break the huddle. Carson Hofford, the quarterback, with a receiver split out wide left, a single man to the right-hand side, and Desmond Malone. Hofford takes the snap. He'll hand it off on the left side. Gunter looking for running room. He puts his head down and does a nice job to finish a run up across the 35 near the 37-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6.
Sesser Valier still looking for their first down. Gunter has run the ball twice for 4 yards each time, so 8 total yards. 2nd down and about 6.5 yards to go with 7 minutes and counting. 36-yard line of Sesser Valier as they're going from the north to the south into the wind right now.
2 receivers now split wide to the right-hand side. A single wide out on the left. Hofford again, the senior quarterback, in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He'll keep it himself on the right-hand side. Pitches it forward, has it to Gunter. Gunter has the first down. He puts his shoulder down, is up across midfield all the way to the Panther 49-yard line. A gain of 14 yards on the play, and a 1st and 10 to the Panther 49.
Nice little play there. 19 yards total in passing, 14 on that one, the first down for Sesser. You don't have to throw it far when the man's that open in the flats, and he was able to run for yardage afterwards.
1st and 10, first time in Panther territory for the Red Devils. 6:30 left in the first half.
Each team has fumbled the ball and lost it one time.
Single man out to either side. Again, Hofford, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off to the running back on the left-hand side. That's Shelf, and the ball is loose. Recovered. Shelf went back to get on it, but this is going to be a huge loss all the way back to the
36-yard line, it looks like.
I think they're going to mark it up near the 38-yard line. Still a loss of the play of 13 yards. And it's 2nd and 23.
He just didn't recover the ball, plus the Panthers had penetrated on the defensive line so much that he was trying to retreat backwards and almost lost the ball. That would have been disaster.
I thought maybe the wind had picked him up and carried it for a second. Yeah. 5:47 to play in the half. 2nd and 23 yards to go here from the 38-yard line.
3-man Panther line on defense right now.
Back to pass is Hopper trying to set up the screen. He hangs on to the last moment, has it completed here to Shelf. Shelf's got some blockers out in front, up across the 40, taken down near the 44-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 17.
What a job that time coming in on the defensive side by Darren Rigg.
Hey, what a job by Carson Hofford to stand in and, hold that ball until the very last second to get that screen set up. He took a shot.
Caught the ball?
It was caught by Shelf, the running back, out of the backfield. The 5'11", 175-pound senior, wearing the number 22 this afternoon. 5 minutes left to play in the second quarter, and still a 3rd and 17 yards to go from the 44-yard line. Maybe even closer to the 43. Hofford will fake the handoff, run the option to the left-hand side. He's hit. Ball comes loose and is scooped by the Panthers, and they'll get their second takeaway of the day.
Who had the first hit? Because whoever it was, might have been Rigg again that hit the man hard.
Wilkie recovers
got the ball.
Yep, Wilkie recovers it and gets it down near the 29-yard line.
All about the defense for the Panthers at the 4:42 mark of the second quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10 from Sesser Valier's 29-yard line.
I mean, as far as field position and time of possession in this game, Jack, it's just absolutely been dominated by Camp Point Central.
But you got to have points when you've done that because you're only up 6-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Their second best field position of the day right here, and that's their opponent 29-yard line. You've been living a charmed life when that's true.
The defense has been on the field a lot for the Red Devils.
Moore under center in the double wing. A lot of guys up in the box, holy cow. He is back to pass. Moore looking downfield, has his man, but overthrows him. Intended receiver was offered that time. Just needed to loft it a little bit more. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 29.
Yep, had a couple of guys on the defensive side, and Sesser Valier doing a nice job. Coach Dixon asking for some contact on the defensive squad that time.
I don't know, hard for me to see that from here.
Oh, yeah. With the wind in our face like that, too.
That's right. 4 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in this first half. Special thanks to Jacob Hull, manning our camera today, out in the elements. Moore, the quarterback, takes the snap. He hands it back on the reverse to Ginnenbacher, and holy cow, there he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5, and a score. Little inside handoff touchdown run right here by Isaac Ginnenbacher. A 29-yard touchdown run with 4:30 to play in the second period.
Did you see that set up? Man, I mean, the blocking on that on the left side was unbelievable. All for laid a block on the man on the old pancake, and the Panthers take a 12-0 lead. Extra points big here for them. But Ginnenbacher now at almost 70 yards in rushing and 2 touchdowns already on the day for the All-Stater.
On for the 2-point try is the Panther offense. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the second quarter. And for the second drive in a row, they take advantage of a short field in front of them. Full house backfield as Moore will be under center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Ginnenbacher, looking for the corner on the left side. A long way to go. He stretches for the pylon, and he is not in. Shy. They'll say shy out at the 1. So it is still a 12-0 score. Camp Point Central on top. 4:30 to play in the half on Central Illinois Sports.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
4:30 to play in the second. 12-0 the advantage, Camp Point Central. Panthers scoring a 29-yard run by Isaac Ginnenbacher, his second rushing touchdown of the afternoon. This one from 29 yards. The last was from a single yard out. And the 2-point try, no good, just shy, the official says. And the score remains at this 12-0 advantage for the home squad.
12-0 for the Tigers of Greenfield Northwestern over Toledo Cumberland also. They're trying to duplicate the Panthers today.
Eiler will put his foot into this one. It's headed out of bounds, and it will go out there. And I would assume Sesser Valier would just take the ball up at the 35. They're going to say make him kick it again.
Wow. With the wind at their back, they're going to have him kick it again?
I think that's what he signaled. I mean, it kind of looked like it. Or did
Nah, they're switching footballs.
All right, up to the 35.
Route tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter with Tuscola.
4 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the second period. Real and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. They're not blowing around today. Stop by and see Real and Twine, 217-285-5013.
Buy one of those concrete lawn ornaments and just attach it to your leg on a day like this.
Tether you to the ground. Hofford is the quarterback. Puts a man in motion from the right to the left. He will keep it himself, trying to run the option. He doesn't have a chance to pitch it, though, as he's met at the line of scrimmage and taken down for no gain on the play. Rigg in on the stop. Rigg having a big day defensively.
Rigg's really playing well, along with Knee Camp. I mean, to tell you what, those two are doing well, and now we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it to 4:13 left in the quarter. Panthers take the timeout. They're up 12-0 back after these.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
4:13 to play in the half. Timeout taken by Camp Point Central, their first of the afternoon. Second down and 10 for the Red Devils of Sesser Valier from their own 35-yard line. Trying to preserve that wind is Central here.
Well, other than the way the kickoff started, things have went the way of the Panthers, but not been able to put it in the end zone quite as easily because Sesser's played good defense.
Two receivers left, one to the right-hand side for the Red Devils of Hofford. He is in the shotgun. He will hand the ball off to the first back through. That's Gabe Gunter, and Gabe Gunter is going to get forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more there, and another timeout going to be taken by Camp Point Central here in what will set up a 3rd and 10 for the Sesser Valier squad. 3rd and 10 for the Red Devils. 4:06 to play in the half as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
12-0 is the Camp Point Central advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Still 4:06 to play in the first half, and a 3rd and 10 coming up here for Sesser Valier as the Panthers have called their second timeout of this first half. So a 3rd down play with the wind in their face at about 23 miles per hour.
First down is what Sesser Valier wants here, but the Panthers have got another timeout to call if they can hold them short right here.
Might see if they want to try to run that little play they ran out of the flats where they kind of brought the man of motion with the quarterback. Two receivers right, a single man to the left-hand side. Hofford, he is back to pass, trying the quick hit around the right-hand side. Has it completed to Cole Packer. Packer is packing some guys along with him up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play, and this will bring up a 4th and 2.
4th and 2, but you're talking about if you don't make it, you're giving the Panthers a short field, so they'll surely try to punt, won't they?
I would absolutely not punt here. As bad as the last punt went, I'm absolutely going for this. 3:39 and playing in the half. It's 4th and 2. I mean, the last punt got to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but you got to learn to rugby kick on a day like today.
Yeah, I don't even think they're playing rugby today.
You run off to the side and just miss kick it.
Yeah, I agree with this.
I'd be good at that.
4th and 2 from the 43-yard line here.
Probably a hard count right off the bat.
And a timeout going to be taken by Sesser Valier now as they want to talk about it. So timeouts galore here in the last 4 minutes of this first half. 12-0. Camp Point Central has the advantage back on the other side of this break.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
3:17 to play in the second quarter. 12-0 Camp Point Central and Sesser Valier. And their co-head coaches and John Shadowins and Mike Rude called the timeout. I'm not sure which one of them called the timeout here. I've also never heard of a high school having co-head coaches, but they do at Sesser Valier.
Had 6 head managers for the Cubs one time. One of them was one of the Tappy boys out of Quincy. They didn't win the World Series then either.
4th and 2 from the 43-yard line, and it is a solid 2 yards to go here for the Red Devils. Red Devils, Blue Devils, are there any other kind of Devils? Any other color of Devils you know of?
I don't.
Single receiver wide to either side. Hofford will be in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off to the running back Gunter. He's met at the line of scrimmage trying to push forward. He's not going to have it. Going to be well short of the line of gain. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And Camp Point Central will take over 1st and 10 from their opponent's 43-yard line with 3:10 to play in the first half.
And they have 1 timeout left.
They do. Crooks in on the stop.
So the ball is on the 43, 1st and 10. What a job by, that was the student body on the tackle that time.
This Central defense has been the real deal throughout the first 10 games they've played, and they've showed up here to play this afternoon as well. 12-0 Camp Point Central on the Trex scoreboard and trying to add to the advantage here before the halftime break.
They won't go to the air that quickly.
Moore under center. Hands it off to the second back in Ginnenbacher. Ginnenbacher is taken down on the play. Tackle that time made by Colt Packer at the 41-yard line. A gain of a couple on the play. 2nd and 8 here.
Right back to the line of scrimmage. Here come the Panthers.
Quickly to the line. Moore calls everyone set. Barks out the cadence. Puts Graves in motion. He hands it off to Griffin. Another short couple of a yard gain to the 39. 3rd and 6.
2-yard gain, 3rd down, 6.
So a couple of quick plays, but a 3rd down and a solid 6 yards to go here with 2:30 left in the second quarter.
Now look for Ginnenbacher, or if Pabin's on the field, possibly Pabin on a pass play.
I wouldn't be so surprised not to see get Eiler involved right here.
Yeah, Eiler and Alford both do a nice job catching the ball. And remember, last week, Moore taking the man on the goal line head-to-head. Whew. Little naked bootleg might even be in order.
10 seconds on the play clock as the Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Moore under center. Puts a man in motion. He is back to pass. Now flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his left. Going to try to tuck it and run here, and is pushed out of bounds near the 37-yard line. A gain on the play of 2, and this brings up a 4th down and 4. Also stops the clock.
I like what Moore did there, though. He didn't panic. And he's going to give him a chance to run this 4th down play. But if Sesser can hold them, they can get the ball back. Still with a minute and a half or so left in the half, and they've got a couple of timeouts left, I do believe.
Their defense has made some solid stops at times today. Really, the 2 scores they've given up. One was with a bad punt. Not the punter's fault. The wind is atrocious today. The other was set up due to a fumble. Moore under center on this 4th and 4. Takes the snap. He's back to pass once again, looking for Ginnenbacher out of the flats. He's got it completed, has to turn it upfield, and he's down shy. What a tackle made out there on a one-on-one play by Gabe Gunter. Tackles the man at the 35-yard line, gains 3 on the play, but is short of the line of gain, and it's a turnover on downs with 1:50 to play in the half.
Yeah, you just about think you're going to get that 1st down, but good tackling by the Red Devils. You got to be impressed with their tackling today after that first couple of 1st downs.
1st and 10 from their own 34 for Sesser Valier. And let's see how aggressive they'd like to be here. A couple of takeaways by the Central defense already today. And you don't want to see the ball on the turf again if you are the Red Devils. Hofford is in the shotgun. He will hand it off, looking for running room is Desmond Malone, and he's taken down out there. Just cannot get anything outside. Taken down back of the 31. A loss of 3 on the play as Niekamp is in on the tackle for Camp Point Central. 2nd and 13 here.
Desmond Malone's carried the ball 2 times for a -5 yards. We saw that freshman in Niekamp catch Beheimer in the Brown County game twice like that, and he is a speed demon, and so is Malone. And I'm telling you, Niekamp's got speed that we haven't seen in a long time.
Niekamp's a 6 foot, 190-pound freshman. Heard Brad Dixon talk about them watching him early in some summer stuff, and they said, who taught him that? They said, no one, just try not to mess it up. Hofford is under center now for one of the rare times today. He will hand it off along the left-hand side. That's Shelf, and Shelf is going to be taken down.
Cole Prock.
By Prock. And Roth inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line, a loss of 3. And a timeout taken by Camp Point Central, their final of the first half, in what will be a 3rd and 16 for the Red Devils. 56.6 seconds to play in the half. 3rd and 13 for the Red Devils when we come back.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
56.6 seconds to play in the half. Camp Point Central a 12-0 advantage and a 3rd and 16 here for Sesser Valier from their own 28-yard line.
Out of timeouts with the Panthers, but even Sesser didn't make this. I'm not sure they'd have to hike the ball on a punt.
Hofford is under center. He goes back to pass, has pressure up the gut, trying to set up the screen. It's incomplete. That'll stop the clock.
Wow.
And bring up a 4th down here.
Stop the clock when the Panthers had no timeouts left, and that means they will have to punt. I'm telling you, if they run the ball there, they may have not had to run another play.
And now the Red Devils, on a 4th and 16 from their own 28, will have to attempt to punt for the 2nd time today. And if I'm the Panthers, I'm not sending anybody that deep. The last punt went like right here. Yeah, I'd move up past that paw. He says this is a strange place to stand.
Just don't let it hit you.
As Dressler will look to try to get this one away. They come after it a bit. It,
look at it
stops in the air, basically. Now it does take a nice roll and gets to the 45-yard line, and that's where Central will have it 1st and 10 from their opponent's 45 with 45.6 seconds to play in the half. Out of timeouts is Camp Point Central here. Might they try to go to the air a couple of times?
Oh, yeah. No reason not to air it out here, but Moore has not had a lot of time to pass the ball. Have you noticed what a good penetration that Sesser's had?
And they've definitely made him get out of the pocket some today. And a timeout now taken by Sesser Valier. 45.6 seconds to play in the half. We're back on the other side of this break.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agri-Service, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agri-Service. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
45.6 seconds to play in the half. A timeout taken by Sesser Valier. Camp Point Central takes over after the punt. 1st and 10 from the Red Devil 45-yard line. Leading 12-0. See what Coach Ray and company go with here on the offensive attack. You know they have a plan for this type of situation, because Coach Ray always has a plan.
Eiler and Alford are two guys who can make it happen, as is Ginnenbacher.
We got 4 guys. Look how deep those 4 guys are.
Under center. He'll hand it off to Ginnenbacher, looking for the corner on the left side. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Going to actually lose a yard on the play.
Yep. Trying to reserve or conserve the clock, I guess you'd say.
2nd and 11. Nice job again by Gunter to spread that play out and not allow Ginnebacher to get outside of him.
But Coach Ray may have run that play just to see something for this play. I'll tell you what, he's not a real good math teacher for nothing.
41 seconds to play in the second. Moore is back to pass, trying to set up the screen, back to this side, has it to Ginnebacher. Ginnebacher at the 45-40, dives forward down to the 39-yard line, a gain on the play of 7 yards, and it'll be a 3rd and 4. Clock counting down here with 25 seconds to play. Central can't stop the clock. 3rd down here, Moore under center. Puts a man in motion. He'll hand it off to Ginnebacher, coming back to the side, breaks a tackle in the backfield, 35, 30-yard line, back to the middle of the field. And he's still on his feet down to the 24-yard line. Down to the 24, a gain of 15 yards. Got to get up to the line quickly here. Once the chains are moved, they will spike the ball here. 9.5 seconds to play. Stops it with 7.6 seconds to play in the half. And it'll be 2nd down. The referee took a tumble there in the defensive backfield. So it'll be a 2nd down and 10 after they spike the ball on 1st down. And with 7.6 seconds left on the clock, maybe one shot at the end zone here in the air, or do you try to get outside again with Ginnebacher?
Yeah, maybe you just try to find Ginnebacher on the pass.
This could be a big play in this contest. A 2-score lead for Camp Point Central. They come out with 2 receivers wide to the right-hand side, one of them being Isaac Ginnebacher. The other is Alfred on the outside. Put a man in motion. Back to pass is Moore. Moore throws it downfield, looking for Ginnebacher. It is tipped. 2.2 seconds to play, so there'll be time for one more play in this first half.
3rd down at the 25.
So 3rd and 10, and what is sure to be the final play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty. Oh no, they lost the football. It bounced all the way over the fence, and they'll have to work a new game ball in here.
Wind didn't blow it out, did it?
Do you remember that day when Camp Point Central played at North Mac several years ago now, and it was about 5 degrees and the wind was blowing?
Yeah, we were sitting out in the bleachers. Yep.
Punted the ball for about a 90-yard punt. Remember that? It hit the
Kelowna Unity. I saw a punt go backwards once.
All right, here we go. Final play of the half. Moore back to pass. Has some pressure from his right. Throws it downfield, up for grabs, and it's incomplete. No penalty flags that I can see on the field. We head to halftime on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is Camp Point Central 12, Sesser Valier nothing. Halftime stats and analysis your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a Dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
why I would encourage anyone to work at Dye. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be at Dye.
Back at the Little Jess Motors halftime show, it's a Camp Point Central lead, 12-0 over Sesser Valier at the halftime break. And Jack's got a look at some of your halftime stats.
First of all, let's take a look at scoring. Panthers lead at 12-0. They led, it was 0-0 after one quarter, 12-0 at the half. Panthers would score when they got the ball on the 26-yard line of Sesser Valier on a bad punt against the wind, and they would score at the 7:39 mark of the second quarter of play on a 1-yard run by Ginnenbacher. The run for the two-point conversion was no good, and the Panthers led 6-0. Panthers will get a short field again as they get the ball on the 29-yard line after a fumble recovery, and they would go in at the 4:30 mark on a 29-yard run by Ginnenbacher. The run after was no good, and the Panthers had the 12-0 lead at halftime. This is the Little Jess Motor halftime show. Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to the car buying process, simple, and making it sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street across from Quincy High School in Quincy. 12-0 Panthers at half. Individual stats come your way after these.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers! Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Adney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Adney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is a 12-0 advantage at the halftime break for Camp Point Central on top of Sesser Valier here in this Class 1A Round 2 playoff contest. Halftime stats brought to you in part by Moose Lodge 420. in Pittsfield. Check them out for their Friday meals each week at the Moose Lodge on West Washington Street in Pittsfield. New specials each week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. First of all, for the Sesser Valier Red Devils, they were able to garner 1 first down in the first half of play. Running the ball, their leading rusher is Gabe Gunter, 8 yards on 4 carries. Carson Hopper, the quarterback, carried the ball twice for 0 yards. Desmond Malone has carried the ball twice for a -5 yards, and Brock Shelf has had the ball in his hands 4 times for -14 yards in the first half of play. So collectively 12 carries for a total of -11 rushing yards in the first half for the Red Devils. Carson Hopper to the first half was 5 of 7 passing for 33 yards. Passes completed 2. Gabe Gunter, 1 catch for 14 yards. Colt Packer, 1 catch for 8 yards. Wyatt Laux had 2 catches for 5 yards. And Brock Shelf had 1 catch for a total of 6 yards in the first half of play. So 33 passing yards, -11 rushing yards, 22 total yards in the first half for the Red Devils. They also had 2 penalties for a total of 7.5 yards in the first half of play. Camp Point Central has had more success on the yardage side of things offensively. They've had 10 first downs in the first half. Isaac Ginnebacher is the leading rusher, 12 carries, 87 yards, 47 yards on 9 carries for Connor Griffin. Ross Riley has 6 carries for 31 yards. Nick Moore had a single carry for 2 yards, and Gavin Graves has carried the ball once for no yards. Also, Drew Paven had a couple of carries for a total of 24 yards in the first half for the Panthers, who had 185 yards rushing in the first half. Quarterback Nick Moore in the first half of play is 3 of 9 passing for a total of 23 yards. Passes completed to Isaac Ginnebacher. He has 2 catches on 4 targets for a total of 10 yards on the day. And Josh Alford has a single catch for 13 yards on 2 targets this afternoon. So the Panthers with 185 yards on the ground, 23 yards in the air, 202 total yards in the first half of play for them on the offensive side. 2 penalties for a total of 10 yards for Camp Point Central, so neither side has been penalized greatly so far here this afternoon. Halftime stats also brought to you in part by Waters Concrete. Tim Waters and Company. They offer quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios. Anything with concrete, it's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. Give them a call at 309-252-1052 for Waters Concrete. It is the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 12-0 Camp Point Central on top of Sesser Valier. More your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM and Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 12-0 the advantage for Camp Point Central in the first half of play of this contest, Jack. Really everything dominated by Camp Point Central as far as time of possession, total yardage in the first half, but still only a 2-score game here at the halftime break with Sesser Valier getting the ball to start the second half. If they make some adjustments on the offensive side, you could be right back in this game if you're the Red Devils.
Key on the whole thing so far has been the Panthers' defense and catching some breaks. They didn't catch a break on the opening kickoff as they started on their own 1-yard line. Were able to take the ball down into the red zone before Sesser woke up, and Sesser Valier's defense has been darn good too. The Panthers have had to struggle. 129-yard run by Ginnenbacher and then a 1-yard run on the 26-yard scoring drive that took them about 8 or 9 plays in about 3 minutes.
Yes, it hasn't been extremely easy to pick up some yards at times against this Red Devil defense, but at other times they've really gashed them for large gains on the play. We've seen some finals already this afternoon, one of those being a 76-7 win for Lena Winslow over Oneida Rova. It appears they will meet Fulton as Fulton beats Rockford Lutheran 28-0, so that will be a rematch of a game played earlier in the season. There was a dandy for about a half before Lena Winslow was able to pull away in that contest. Dakota beat Ottawa Marquette 30-19. Greenfield Northwestern led 12-0 on Toledo Cumberland at halftime. The winner of this contest will play the winner of that game next week. And at the halftime break, it was Tuscola 14 and Jacksonville Route 7. On the 2A side of things, Belleville Althoff leading Red Bud 13-7 with 6:47 to play in that contest. Knoxville trying to go on the road and pull an upset over Bismarck-Henning 40-29. Knoxville on top with 3 minutes remaining in the contest. Taylor Ridge Rock Ridge is beating Bloomington Central Catholic 27-18 with 2 minutes to play. Amarillo Forsyth is rolling over Farmington 42-6 near the end of the third quarter of that contest. At last we heard, Quincy High had a 3-0 lead on Lamont. We can also tell you that they just blocked a field goal, so they are able to maintain that 3-0 lead. St. Teresa is beating Athens 59-33 with 2:54 to play in that contest, so it appears that the squad from Decatur St. Teresa will be moving on for another week. And Macomb takes an early 8-0 lead, and now they also intercept the ball against Murfreesboro, so they're back in action on the offensive side, an 8-0 lead and the football with 2:53 to play in the first half of that contest. Here it is 12-0, Camp Point Central with the advantage on top of Sesser Valier. A final break on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Second half play-by-play next on Central Illinois Sports.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver. Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
Thank you to Little Jess Motors for being our halftime sponsor as they have the entire season on Central Illinois Sports. And thanks to all of our sponsors who continue to support the broadcast throughout the area, throughout the season. Basketball just around the corner, but still some football yet to play, and at least another half of football action. And what's been a dandy contest so far. Really, both teams have played fairly well. Central's defense a little upper hand in the first half of play, but Jack, in a 12-0 game in a high school game where things can change in a hurry, this one is far from over.
Will the Panthers kick with the ball or with the wind at their back as they get ready for the second half, do you think?
If it were me, I would want the wind at my back in the fourth quarter.
Well, you got to kick off into the wind, though.
It's true. The QND soccer team, they played against the wind in the first half about every game they played in the postseason, and did so purposely.
Congratulations to the QND Lady Raiders on a great season. They were defeated last night, and also Minden Unity was eliminated earlier this week, and the Southeastern Lady Suns and Coach Kerr with a great season ending in the super sectional. So all of our local volleyball teams are done. Basketball's just a couple of weeks away.
As we get ready to start the second half, we remind you about Bowler's Universe, open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of the many craft beers as well. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowler's Universe in Pittsfield.
Panthers are going to kick the ball into the wind? No, they're going to kick off to the Panthers and take the wind at their back. They should have got the ball. They decided to kick off instead of taking the ball.
Well, I can honestly say this is one of the damnedest things I've ever seen, Jack. I mean, Camp Point Central got the ball to start the first half, and Sesser Valier is going to kick off to start the second half.
That's crazy.
I don't know that I've ever seen this. I mean,
watch for the onside kick?
I guess. I don't know. I'm really befuddled right now. It's a deep kick. It's going to be taken at about the 1-yard line by the Panthers. That is either Pavin or Graves can't get him to turn this way enough to see. Gets it out to the 20-yard line. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Pavin.
I've never seen anybody give up the kickoff in both halves on purpose.
To get the wind.
Yeah. Panthers will take the ball, no problem. Leading 12-0, had the football. And they'll have it, on the 20?
Yeah, the 20-yard. I don't know. It seems like you're maybe have outsmarted yourself here.
You're putting everything on your defense right now, and they've been on the field most of the day.
Huh. 1st and 10. Yeah, unless you can get a big stop right here early on. Moore under center, puts a man in motion. He will hand it off to the fullback Griffin, looking for running room. Not a lot there this time, up near the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8.
43 yards for Griffin on 10 carries, and the fullback position has been slowed down since that first series, and that really is what sets the double wing.
That's how you get some of those big outside runs, though, and they've had some big runs to the outside. one resulting in a touchdown. Now we see Ross Riley check into the fullback spot. 2nd and 8, 11:25 and counting in this third period. Moore under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to the deep man this time. That's Graves. Graves with one of his, second carry of the day, I think?
Yep.
Out to the 24, gain of a couple, and it'll be 3rd and 6.
He has 2 yards on 2 carries. That's it. So maybe Sesser Valier knows something we don't know, Charlie.
Betting on their defense to get a stop here. It's a lot closer to 3rd and 7 here, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
From the 23-yard line is where they ended up setting it. That's why 10:49 left in this third period. The wind is in the face of Camp Point Central, so you would assume they keep the ball on the ground here on this third down play. Moore, the quarterback, under center, puts Ginnebacher in motion. He is back to pass, has some pressure, steps up, avoids the rush, throws it downfield. That is to Eiler. Eiler up to the 31-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. To the 31, that's an 8-yard pickup. Should be a 1st and 10, and it is.
That's a big play. Big play, 11th first down, and Eiler found the opening. He had offered a little bit deeper, and he just kind of flooded that area and found the opening and got enough yards for the first down, just enough. New set of downs, 10:30 left in the third quarter play. Panthers up 12-0. What'd I say?
Nothing. I'm still confused as why Camp Point Central has the ball right now.
Because Sesser led the whole game on the wind right now.
I don't know. I mean, it's been a factor, but hasn't been that big of a factor. They'll give it to the first back through, and Riley up to the 35-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play.
He does a nice job getting those extra yards, stretching out. He's just got that long body. Now he and Griffin will switch sides, and those two come in and out fresh each time. Today, you've got 35 yards for Riley and 43 for Griffin, so 78 yards coming from the fullbacks today.
Riley is listed at 6'1". He looks taller than that, but Griffin is listed at 5'9".
And he doesn't look 6'1".
He does not look taller than 5'9". Under 10 to play in the third. Moore under center on the 2nd and 6. He'll hand it off on the right side, big hole. That's Griffin, and he says you don't need to be 6'1" if you're going to finish the run like that. Up to the 44-yard line, a gain of 9, and another first down for the Panthers.
Panthers with their 12th first down. They've given up 1 first down on the day. New set of downs, 9:45 left, and if they can get the ball into Sesser territory, you got to call it a win all the way through.
Well, they just dominated the time of possession in the first half, and so it's just interesting that you would then want to give the ball back to their offense. I know the score was 12-0, but
they made the decision. They could have the ball or the wind, and I think they would have got both if they'd have taken the kickoff.
Possible. Double wing formation. Moore under center on a fresh set of downs from the 44. He takes the snap, hands it off again to the fullback Griffin. Tried to cut back, now stretches forward up near the 48. Gain of 4. And Griffin trying to set up his team in a good position here on 2nd down and has.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
I'd call it 4 yards on that game, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay.
It might even be closer to a 5.
Pretty close.
Pretty much right in the middle of the sticks, isn't it?
And the Panthers are doing what Coach Ray talked about before the game, keeping the ball in their possession with the wind in their face. All of it because Sesser gave them the kickoff for the second half and the first half.
2 receivers left. Moore takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback Griffin. Kind of hides behind the line that time, has the first down into Red Devil territory down to the 41-yard line, a gain of 13 yards and a 1st and 10.
69 yards for Griffin, 13th first down for the Panthers. 14 yards, 13 yards, 9 and 13, his biggest runs. Everyone's been a positive. Riley with 16, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4. Those fullbacks are doing what the double wing and Carthage did for years.
Just over 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play in this third period.
Look at the Sesser linemen now, heads down a little bit.
They've had Central pick up some big yardage on them, but have only given up the 2 scores. Again, they were set up with short drives. This would be the longest scoring drive, as Central would be able to capitalize here. Still a long way to go. Here's Griffin on the right side. Another big gain on this play. He's down to the 30-yard line and pumped up on that one after an 11-yard run. And another 1st and 10.
All on the back of Riley, now Griffin.
Getting a good push on that right side of that offensive line for this Central outfit.
They don't have the size necessarily, but Sesser's went a little smaller. They've got the quarterback playing at outside linebacker, and he's actually lined up as a defensive end on that side now. They usually play a 4-4 defense, kind of playing a little bit of a 5-2 right now.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. 7 minutes, 34 seconds left in this third period. They've had the ball the entirety of this third quarter.
Different
2 receivers
set.
right.
Different set.
Moore under center. He will hand it off to Griffin on the left side. Sneaks through a hole there. Is taken down shy of the 25 of the 26-yard line. A gain of 4 yards on the play again by Griffin, and they're really riding him hard right now.
79 yards for Griffin on 15 carries.
How many carries just in the second half, though? Several.
Yeah, I didn't circle those, but I can tell you that he's had 5 carries in this second half. Riley's had 2. I don't know that either one of the wings have had the ball in the second half.
Under center. Moore puts Ginnebacher in motion. Now he'll come back to the right side. Trying to just check on what the defense is going with here. Moore comes back to the line. 6:47 left in the third. He gives it off to Riley. Riley with both hands around the football. Taken down at the 21.
22-yard line.
Gain of 4 on the play. And we'll call it a 3rd and 2.
Riley with 39 yards and 8 carries now. It's been all fullbacks in the second half.
Central going to do what they did either way on this drive in the first half, and that's take a lot of time and eat up a lot of game clock here, as they're going to snap this ball with just over 6 minutes to play in the third period.
And they not only kicked off, but I mean, the guy been kicking the ball in the end zone every time, and he got it down, close but not in.
To the 1.
Yeah. Take care of the football.
Moore under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off to the second back. That's Pabin this time. Pabin is still trying to fight for yards. They've got him stood up. He finally is taken down near the 14-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play and a 1st and 10.
Pabin with 31 yards and 3 carries. 10 yards a carry for him. 15 first downs versus 1. 12-0 is the score on the Trucks LLC scoreboard here in the third quarter with 5:40 and counting left third quarter. And I think Sesser, if they can't stop the Panthers here, have basically handed them the football game.
Well,
I know there's a long time to go yet. Don't get me wrong.
They will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter. 5:27 to play in the third. And Central's got to still capitalize here. They've not finished a long drive yet today. A live formation now. They'll hand it off to Riley on the right side. Breaks a tackle. Taken down inside the 10 near the 8. Gain of 6 on the play.
Pabin's the only guy that's carried the ball other than the fullbacks in the second half, and he had a nice carry too.
This is the area of the field where ball security becomes very, very important.
Nick Moore, the junior quarterback, really does a nice job running this offense for Coach Ray and the Panthers.
This drive started back at their own 20. They've run 13 plays so far, and they just keep churning positive yards here.
18-0 Greenfield, so guess what's going to happen here?
What? What do you think?
Well, it'll be 18-0 Panthers if they can get in.
Oh, okay. They'll hand it off to the deep back. That's Pabin. Pabin on the right side. He's going to be in. In for a touchdown. Drew Pabin takes it in. 4:33 to play in the third. And the Prophet Jack Hull calls the play on an 8-yard run by Pabin. And it's 18-0 Camp Point Central.
Now they need that extra point.
4 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the third on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Greenfield goes up 18-0. Panthers go up 18-0. If they both win, they play here next week. That would be the WIBC North and South champions playing each other. I guess we'll find out in the conference championship if that happens.
Extra point try for the Panthers.
Central trying to get a 2-point try here. Up 18-0. Moore takes the snap, hands it the deep back. That's Pabin. Pabin is going to be shy of the goal line. 2-point try, no good. 18-0 Camp Point Central over Sesser Valier. 4:33 to play in the third on Central Illinois Sports.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
4:33 to play in the third. 18-0 now is the Camp Point Central lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard after Drew Paben takes it in from 8 yards out. Central got the ball to start the second half. Again, kind of a head-scratcher, and they capitalized on the gift.
With 80 yards in that series, Charlie.
Tyler has his hand in the air, has the wind in his face, kicking off here.
Tuscola up 14-13. Route missed the extra point.
And will hit a ball that takes a big hop. It's still bouncing around out there.
That
and
ball's
it's still loose. And
Panthers
Central
have
thinks
got
they
it,
have
I
it.
think.
And they do.
They've come up with the ball. Holy cow.
All the way down at the 36-yard line, a bouncing ball takes a Central hop, and at the 36-yard line, they recover. 4:32 to play in the third.
They have caught Sesser Valier sleeping totally to start the second half.
I don't know about caught sleeping. They just took what was given to them on that first drive. Here, a ball that just kind of takes a fortunate bounce for the Panthers. And
they get down there and cover it.
I don't know. There's something about setting yourself up for a tough situation. That's what's happened with this Red Devil squad.
Routes come back and scored against Tuscola, so, maybe they'll do what Brown County couldn't last week.
Central set up first and 10. Yet another drive in this Red Devil side of the field.
Right.
Moore hands the ball off. Right up the gut, that's Griffin. He's hit after a short gain on the play to the 35.
2-yard gain to the 35.
Gain of a couple.
81 yards for Griffin now. 16 first downs for the Panthers, 1 for Sesser Valier.
Sesser Valier has not run an offensive snap in this third quarter. There's 4:09 to play in the third, and it's very, very plausible to think that Central could take the entire time off of this clock in the third period. Have you ever seen that before? A team have the ball the entire time on the offensive side?
Nope.
Moore under center and the double wing. He is back to pass. Ooh, a little swim move to get away from the man. Now he's got some opening on the left side. Moore turns it up and is taken out of bounds after getting the first down. He is down near the 24-yard line, it appears. Pickup of 11 on the run and a 1st and 10.
Moore picks up the first down, the 17th for the Panthers. I get a kick out of people posting. They called that an onside kick. It's not an onside kick, folks. It was a squib kick, and Sesser just didn't take care of it.
Well, the way the wind is blowing here.
Yeah, you weren't going to kick the ball deep.
No. Well, yeah, why would you try? It might come back and hit you in the face. It's 1st and 10 officially from the 25-yard line. 3:42 to play in the third. Moore takes the snap, hands it off to Griffin. Griffin right up the gut. Down near the 20, call the 19-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4.
Griffin with 87 yards now, knocking on the door for a century. Here comes Hunter Lauterbach into the game. He'll bring Genenbacher out.
And now Sesser Valier is going to call for a timeout. 3:21 to play in the third. 18-0 Camp Point Central. The advantage back after this.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beer scores?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice-cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Timeout taken here by the Red Devils of Sesser Valier. 3:21 to play in the third. They trail Camp Point Central 18-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Central's got the ball 2nd and 4 from the Red Devil 19-yard line. after recovering the botched kickoff return by the Red Devils.
See a jersey ad planned on that last break. Time to go to jerseys after the game or the Bowlers Universe. If you're in Pittsfield, how about going there? How about jerseys after the game today and celebrate? We went there last week, had some good food, cold drinks. It's jerseys in Camp Point, helping to sponsor this broadcast.
Second down and 4 yards to go here.
Panthers at the 19.
Moore will turn around and give some instruction to the back end. Russ Riley, who's checked in at the fullback position here. Second back through that gets the ball. That's Graves. Short gain of a yard on the play to the 18-yard line.
Graves, 3 carries for 3 yards. It's been tough for him today.
I'm mistaken. He actually did not get anything on that, Jack. It's back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 4.
Okay.
To the 19-yard line. Sorry, the yard marker's blown down on the other side. I kind of followed the line incorrectly across the field. 2:54 to play in this third period. Clock rolling. Central's had the ball the entirety of the third period. Moore under center on this 3rd and 4. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Throwing downfield. That's got to be pass interference. Man put 2 hands on Ginnebacher's back and shoved him, and it's nothing. I would tell you, if you go back and watch that play, maybe defense pass interference. Incomplete pass stops the clock, and it's 4th and 4.
4th and 4, 2:39 on the third.
He didn't get knocked down with the 2 hands on his back there. He recovers and maybe gets to that ball even though it was underthrown.
So 4th and 4, that stops the clock. And Sesser Valier with a much-needed defensive stop right here.
Still got a quarter.
8 seconds on the play clock as Moore comes up under center. He takes the snap. Hands it off to Ginnebacher. Back to the far side. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet. Goes for a score. Isaac Ginnebacher broke 2 tackles in the backfield and then rushed it in from 19 yards out to make it a 24-0 score. Isaac Ginnebacher with his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Comes with 2:33 to play in the 3rd.
Backbreaker.
19, Jeff.
19 yards on the run for Ginnebacher. Wow.
And now setting up for the 2-point try are the Panthers.
See if they can get one of these.
We're in a little...
if he'd have run to the path he was heading to, he'd been in trouble, but he cut inside the tackle hole where there was an opening and then just turned sideways like he does and goes in for the score. Pavin in, Graves out now on the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion for the
24-0, Camp Point Central on
Look
the truck.
for Eiler or Alford here on the pass.
Moore under center. Puts Ginnebacher in motion. Hands it off on the left side. Griffin, and Griffin is... No, he's not in. Stood up right at the goal line, and the score remains 24-0. 2:33 to play in the 3rd. Central on top of Sesser Valier on Central Illinois Sports.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
2:33 to play in the 3rd. 24-0 the Camp Point Central advantage. They recovered the kickoff at the Red Devils' 36-yard line. 7 plays later, take it in from 19 yards out on the run by Isaac Ginnebacher on a 4th and 4.
Panthers will kick off again.
Tuscola 21, Route 13, 11:28 to play in that contest.
Red Devils.
Eiler will kick it off here again on the ground. The Red Devils do recover the kick this time, as diving on it is Braden Genesio, the 6 foot, 180-pound junior, and the Red Devils take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
And the key on the whole thing now is they're going to have the wind at their back for 2 minutes and 32 seconds of this third quarter, and then they'll have it in their face the rest of the game.
38-yard line. 2:32 to
Yeah.
go in the third quarter.
Whew.
Just strange things. Single receiver to the left-hand side, 2 men to the right. The quarterback, Hofford, is in the shotgun. First offensive play of the third quarter right here. He passes to his right. It is completed here to Colt Packer. Packer is going to be stood up right at the 45-yard line. Pick up 7 yards on the play to the 45. And a 2nd and 2.
Looking for their second first down of the ball game.
Called 2nd and 3, in fact, with 2:11 and counting in the third.
First time they've had the ball in the second half, right?
Yes, that was the first offensive play of the second half for the Red Devils, and it was a 7-yard pass completion to Packer.
That's what Don Kemp used to do with Triopia, keep the ball for an entire quarter.
Now Hofford will set up under center. He, again, is back to pass, sprinting out to his left. Man was trying to get free. Hofford now looks downfield, and it's incomplete. Looking for the man in Gunter there, and completion stops the clock with 1:47 to play in the third, and it's 3rd and 3.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast today on Central Illinois Sports. Charlie Hull, myself, Jack Hull, bringing it to you. We'll have action again next week if the Panthers can hold on here.
And the way it looks right now with Greenfield Northwestern up 26-0, it would be here against Greenfield Northwestern if these two teams able to survive and advance here today.
As I said, if Route can come back against Tuscola, we could have WIBC in the quarters and the semis.
Here's Hofford rolling out to his left, looking downfield. Has a man open. It's completed to Laux. Laux is going to be taken down near the 41-yard line of the Panthers. A pickup on the play of 14 yards. Pavement on the stop at a 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
Second first down of the ball game for Sesser Valier. Both coming via the pass.
1st and 10, clock moving here though. 1:35, and it's a rolling down in this third period. Red Devils in Panther territory at the 41. Single receiver left, 2 men out to the right-hand side as Hofford is in the shotgun. He is back to pass, stands tall in the pocket, now throws down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete.
Pass from Hofford, incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Who was he trying to hit that time?
That time it looked like he was going for Laux again.
Yep.
Blew it on the cover.
Blew it in on the coverage that time. Nice job by Gavin.
Laux that time probably fortunately didn't catch the ball. Blew it was back there, and I mean, it would have been one of those situations where he would have caught it and Blew it would have hit him about the same time, and it could have been one of those big-time hits.
They tell me there's a full house at Jersey's cheering on the Panthers right now.
1:15 to play in the third as the clock is stopped with the incomplete pass. Hofford in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Has some pressure now, steps up, avoids the rush, still on his feet. Good run on the play by Hofford down near the 31-yard line. Called the 32, a gain of 9 on the play. And it's 3rd and 1.
Hofford with his first positive yards rushing on the day. 3 carries, 9 total yards, all of them coming on that carry.
3rd and a yard here, under a minute to play in the third period.
Panthers had good pressure. Linebackers just couldn't step up and stop him for that before that big gain.
2 receivers out to the left-hand side. Hofford in the shotgun of the 3rd and 1. Parks out his cadence, takes the snap. They try to run the little reverse play, and they do get it reversed back on this side to Gabe Gunner. Gunner still on his feet and is finally taken out inside the 25 near the 23-yard line. Gain of 9 on that play and a 1st and 10.
Second first down on the series.
Just did get the handoff on the little inside reverse. And a 1st and 10, up quickly to the line. 29 seconds to play in the third. They'll hand it off on the right-hand side. This is to Shelf. Shelf looking for the corner. He turns it out there. Now breaks a tackle on the outside and is taken down near the sticks. Let's see if he got it here. They will say he is at the 14. That'd be a gain of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1.
That was Shelf's 5th carry. He's on a negative 5 yards after that 9-yard positive run.
Red Devils on a little drive here, though. 20 seconds left in the third. Hofford in the shotgun. He fakes the handoff, now rolls out to his left, looking downfield, and he overthrows the man. Incompletion. Stops the clock with 18 seconds to play on the third. It only took 2 seconds off the game clock.
Now 7 of 12 is Hofford passing.
3rd and 1 here.
Should be 4th and 1, shouldn't it?
I have it 3rd.
Oh, you're right. Long run on first down.
3rd down here. Railnet and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield across from the airport. Christmas just around the corner. Make sure to check out all the great offerings they have for you at Railnet and Twine with all the concrete lawn ornaments and such. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Reel or call 217-285-5013. Hoffer to the gun. Puts a man in motion left to right. He takes the high snap. Back to pass. Looking across the middle. Diving and incompletion. Intended that time for Packer, and it's 4th and 1. 15 seconds to play in the third.
So they'll get another chance with the wind at their back to try to punch one in here from 14 yards out.
Already have taken the a timeout in this third period, had the Red Devils. And now have it 4th and 1 from the Central 14.
Trailing 24-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
In the shotgun on the 4th and 1. Hofford takes the snap, hands it off on the right-hand side. That's to Gunter. Gunter has the first down as he gets down near the 11-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Red Devils of Sesser Valier.
4th first down of the ball game. 20 yards on 6 carries now for Gabe Gunter.
And that's the final play of the third quarter. And after 3, it's Camp Point Central 24, Sesser Valier nothing. Fourth quarter play-by-play next on Central Illinois Sports.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Ready to start the fourth quarter. 24-0, the Camp Point Central advantage over Sesser Valier on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. And the Red Devils of Sesser Valier have a fresh set of downs at the Camp Point Central 11-yard line to start this final quarter. Trying to get on the board for the first time on the day are the Red Devils.
Start the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 at the 11.
See what they are able to do here. Offered in the shotgun, 2 receivers right. Puts a man in motion from the left to the right. He'll hand it to the motion man. That's Gunter. Gunter is going to be taken down in the backfield. Back near the 17-yard line, we'll call it.
Niekamp, the freshman, in on the tackle again.
Loss of 6 yards on the play. Second and...
Ball to the 17-yard line.
Second and 16. He's just a different animal as Niekamp, isn't he?
Going to be a good player for a long time. Panthers are going to graduate a bunch, 9 guys, but they're going to have a bunch back again.
We're still hoping to play at least a couple weeks deeper into this season.
You bet. I'd like to finish it at Champaign for the second time in program history.
2 receivers left, a single man to the right-hand side. Put a man in motion from the left to the right as Hofford stands in the gun. And a penalty flag is delay a game.
Yep. 5-yard penalty, only the 3rd penalty of the game against them, only 2 on the Panthers.
That'll be second now and 21 yards to go from the 22-yard line. Do you think Coach James Barnett just gets used to starting basketball practice without very many guys?
Everybody?
Not everybody, but a lot of guys.
He's got a lot of work to do at Jersey, so he doesn't have time right now.
So we'll just delay practice. I think boys practice, can officially start Monday.
Yep.
Girls practice started this week. Wrestling starts, I think, next Wednesday is the
Correct.
start
Tuesday,
date.
I believe, yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Two receivers to the right. Quarterback Hofford takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking right. Throwing right. Ball's tipped, and it is caught. It's caught by Locks. He is pushed out of bounds, but they'll say keep the clock moving. Up at about the 1 yard line, I think, 22. That's a no gain on the play. No gain, it's 3rd and 21. Very fortunate that did not turn into an interception.
Yep.
He was hit
Could've
right
been
at the same time he threw it.
Could have been a pick six pretty easy. Who made the contact on him? I could not see.
Yeah, I couldn't see either. Wilkie again.
Tell you what, Wilkie and Niekamp call their numbers, and you don't have to worry about it. Owen Roth.
10 minutes, 33 seconds in this contest. 24-0 Central. 3rd and 21 from the 22 for the Red Devils. Back to pass, trying to set up a screen. They have it completed to Gunter. Gunter, though, nothing there. Back to the line of scrimmage.
Lose yardage, maybe.
I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss, and it's 4th and 21 from the 22.
They had the ball 1st and 10 at the 10 or 11, and the Panthers take that seriously.
Yeah, they had the ball at the 11-yard line. And now Sesser Valier will call their second time out of this second half. 10:22 to play in the contest. Camp Point Central on top, 24-0 back after this.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
$10:22 to play in this contest. 24-0, the advantage for Camp Point Central on top of Sesser Valier. And with a 4th and 21 from the 22-yard line, the Red Devils called the timeout. Let's see what they've drawn up here.
Panthers just do not want to let them score. Red Devils have to score here to have any shot.
Hofford under center. He's back to pass, throwing a quick screen. Hasn't completed a Gunter, but Gunter is going to be taken down at the 11, caught the 12-yard line. So he gained 10 yards on the play, but it's a turnover on downs and a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
3 first downs in that series, 4 in the ball game for Sesser, and the Camp Point Central Panthers will take over, and the ball is located where?
I believe it's at the 12. 10:17 to play, and here comes the Central offensive unit back to the field once again.
Got the wind at their back, and they don't care right now because they're going to keep the ball on the ground. So far, it's been fullback dive, fullback dive, fullback dive.
Sesser Valier has 1 timeout left, down 24-0 with 10:17 to play. They need some takeaways here. Moore will be under center in the double wing. Puts a man in motion. He will hand it off to Ginnenbacher. Coming back this side, dragged down after a gain up to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
109 yards for Ginnenbacher on 14 carries today.
He's over 100 yards. Griffin has 87 and a timeout now for an injury. They get the young man off the field there. That was Colton Payne, the 5'11", 185-pound senior.
He's a tight end, yeah.
Hitch and his giddy up there as he heads to the sideline. 2nd and 7 here, under 10 minutes to play.
Prayers for him. Hopefully he'll be okay because he's got other sports to play yet, I'm sure. Ginnenbacher comes out.
Louderback's in.
Means Louderback's in.
6 foot, 175-pound senior, Hunter Louderback. Lines up at the wing on the right side. Put him in motion. They'll hand it off to Louderback. Hits the hole hard, has a good gain, spins forward up across the 20, down near the 22-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. Should be enough for a first down, and it is.
9-yard gain,
1st and 10. On Hunter Louderback's first carry of the afternoon.
Good for Hunter. 19th first down for the Panthers against 4 for Sesser Valier.
And the
this is a team that spanked Central A&M last week.
Yeah, 45-12.
Highlights tonight on Channel 7 on Overtime.
Under center will be the quarterback, Nick Moore. Just over 9 minutes left. Takes the snap, hands it off again to Louderback. Looking for running room there. Not much this time. Gain maybe up to the 24. 2-yard pickup.
15 for the Red Devils.
2nd and 8.
Comes Ginnenbacher back in the game. I didn't know if he'd come back in the game.
Can also read the game story on Muddy Rivers Sports. They're right up for you online. 8:30 and counting to the 4th.
Yeah, Mike Pritchard used to get some photogs to be able to see on Muddy Rivers too.
2nd and 8. Clock counting. 8:19 to play. They'll hand it off to the second back. That's Ginnenbacher. Dances around a little bit there. Keeps the feet moving up near the 29-yard line.
30-yard line.
Gain of 5 on the play. This will bring up a 3rd down and 3.
5 and 1 on the tackle. Gabe Gunter, Wyatt Locke.
Ooh, that's a long 3, isn't it? It looks like 5, in fact.
That's 5.
Huh. I'll be darned. Didn't get nearly as friendly of a spot as I guess I assumed he did. At the 20, 29. Maybe I just can't add. 3rd and 5. 7:45 left in this ball game.
As your oldest son would have said when he's in kindergarten, those kids can't even weed.
Now the Panthers switch.
Cole Prock comes out
on the line a bit here. More into center.
Comes in.
It's a man in motion. Hands it to Pabin, and Pabin is punished in the backfield here. Tackled there by Colt Packer. And back at the 25-yard line, that's a loss of 4 on the play. And it brings up a 4th down and 9.
First punt of the day for the Panthers.
And they had the wind at their back.
Yeah, usually Moore's the punter. Now Carter Eiler's going to be the punter.
So Eiler will be at his own 12-yard line. And we have a penalty flag now as the Panthers broke the huddle with 12 men. Legal substitution, so that'll move it back 5 yards, make it 4th and 14 back at the 20.
15 yards in penalties on 3 5-yard penalties, an offside, illegal procedure, and then that one of delay a game, I think is what they call it.
Eiler now stands back near his 7-yard line. Looking for a good snap. He catches it, puts his boot into this one. End over end kick headed toward the sideline. It takes a nice bounce and goes out of bounds. Looked like about the 40 to me.
Maybe about the 37.
Caught the 37-yard line. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at the 37. With 6:53 left in this game. 1st and 10 on a 58-yard punt by Eiler.
Pretty good punt for the senior tight end.
Would that be his first punt of the season?
I had not seen him punt all season before, unless he punted in the Carrollton game when you did it and I was gone.
I don't remember him punting there. Greenfield 26, Toledo Cumberland nothing in a final there. Tuscola 29-19 over Route late in that contest.
Have we seen anything on the Lexington squad today? Ridgeview?
Colfax Ridgeview? I have not. Hofford's in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Passing to the right. Has it completed to Gunter. Gunter looking for running room. He's going to be taken down, though, by Ginnenbacher.
Tries to make a little move, and if you give the Panthers that long, they're going to have a lot of defensive guys up. They're going to lose.
Going to lose 2 yards on the play.
Yep.
To the 35. 2nd and 12.
2-yard loss to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 12.
6 minutes, 28 seconds left in this game. A defensive dominating performance by Camp Point Central. And trying to preserve the shutout here in this second-round playoff game. Did not give up a score last week. Hofford in the shotgun. He will hand it off on the left-hand side. This is Malone. Malone gets a seam there. Now tries to bounce it outside. Breaks a tackle. Taken out near the 45-yard line. A gain of 10 yards on the play. It'll result in a 3rd and 2.
He's got a positive 5 yards and 3 carries now.
So 3rd down and 2 for the Red Devils. Greenfield Northwestern and Camp Point Central did not meet this season. The last time they played probably would have been
COVID time in the spring.
Yep, the shortened COVID season, and Greenfield was the victor.
Yep, they dominated that game. They got their big fullback back this week, too.
A lot of different personnel, though, on both sides. Here's a handoff coming back to this side. That's Shelf. Shelf looking for running room. He's still on his feet back there. He is going to be taken down. If he retreated on his own, they'll give him the ball all the way back at the 20. Check that 32-yard line. Isaac Ginnenbacher on the stop, a loss of 13. And it'll be 4th and 15.
He tried to do the stiff arm on Ginnenbacher, who does that as well as anybody. He bounced off and then just came back and got him. 18 negative yards for Shelf today on 6 carries. 4th down. You would think that Sesser would, I guess they're going to punt.
No, you wouldn't punt here. 4:50 left. Not that it really probably matters one way or the other, but you're not going to punt here.
And the Panthers will be very gracious with their lineup when they come back out no matter what, up by a 24-0 count with 4:40 left.
4th down here for...
Might be the last offensive series for this group.
Hofford under center. Takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. Rolling out to his left. Looking downfield. Throws across his body. It is caught. And that is Packer on the catch. Up at the 43-yard line. A pickup of 11 yards, but they needed 15, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Panthers going to have the ball in good field position, but they'll be very, very conservative here.
4:22 left. Only one timeout left for Sesser Valier.
WIVC quarterfinals. You'll hear it on Central Illinois Sports next week.
From the 43-yard line.
Right here from Camp Point Central. Would you have thought of that when we started the season?
Did I think Camp Point Central could make it to a quarterfinal? Yes. Did I think their opponent would be Greenfield Northwestern? No, I didn't. That's nothing against Greenfield Northwestern, but maybe a wake-up call in Week 9 against Jacksonville Route was just what the Tigers needed.
And Calhoun gave them a game early in the season. They came back and put it to them the next time.
Panthers will have the quarterback under center here. In Moore. Hand it off on the left side. That's Griffin. Griffin breaks a tackle, keeps the legs moving. There's a penalty flag that flies. Down near the 30-yard line is where Griffin is, but let's wait and see what the flag is about here. It's going to be a hold.
Flag is marked at the 38-yard line.
So that'll move it back to the 48.
Offense.
Results in a 1st and 15.
So does Griffin get that 4 yards?
No, it'll be 1st and 15.
Yeah, but
there are 4 yards to get.
Well, the penalty flag came.
It doesn't matter. This is 1st down, so that down didn't happen. So you can't gain 4 yards on a play that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's 1st and 15.
1st and 10, Panthers now at this
1st and 15 now.
16-yard line.
And now Sesser Valier will call their final time out of the contest. 4 minutes, 17 seconds left. 24-0 Panthers on top. Back after this.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a Dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at Dot. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things. If you want them, you should be at Dot.
4:17 remaining. 24-0 is the Camp Point Central advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks 217-922-0044 for all of your diesel repair needs. It's Trucks, TRUX. At mobile service at this time so they can come to you. 29-26 Tuscola. 3 minutes left in the game.
Wow, Rock keeps coming back.
Panther offense first.
Just like Ric Flair, not dead yet.
4:17 in the 4th quarter.
Especially when he's doing those car warranty ads.
Halftime, Lamont leads Quincy High 17-10. Pretty decent game there. Here's a handoff to Griffin.
Griffin to the 45.
Going down at the 45-yard line, a gain of a short couple.
By Gabe Gunter, Desmond Malone.
2nd down here. Sesser Valier cannot stop the clock again. 2nd and 13 here. From the 40, just outside the 45. 3:50 and the clock counting down.
Sesser made a valiant effort today. They played good defense. I mean, the Panthers just had the ball way too much, and Sesser was part of the reason for that.
Just dominated. I don't know what the official time of possession will be in this one, but Central will have it at least 2-1. Here's a handoff along the right-hand side. That's Louderback. He's looking for a corner. He will be taken down near the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. That will result in a 3rd and 8.
Louderback 16 yards on 3 carries now, or 4 carries now. Call it 3, my mistake.
By the time this ball is snapped, there will be under 3 minutes. In fact, even 2:50 left to play in this game. A game that was 12-0 at the half. Camp Point Central started the game receiving the opening kickoff. They started the second half receiving the kickoff.
Pavin comes out of the game, or Louderback comes out, Pavin in, I should say.
One of the more head-scratching moments that I've ever seen in a high school football game. Here's a handoff on the right side. That's to Riley. Riley kind of ducked behind everybody. He's got the first down and more, carrying the student body with him down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 15 and a 1st and 10, and this one is now kneelable.
60 yards for Riley on 10 carries. 20th first down for the Panthers.
See when they set it, and they have there. Really, I don't know. Do you have to pick up another first down here?
No, I don't believe so.
Moore will go to the sideline here. This play will happen right at about the 2-minute mark. He'll be in the double wing. Moore looking at the play clock. Now sets up under center at the 5-second mark. Puts a man in motion, hands it off to Riley. Riley on the right side, rumbles forward inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. 2nd and 2, just on a little fullback dive. 1:50 left. Panthers going to get past that second-round game, something they were not able to do a year ago, as they lost on the road at Central A&M. And for their reward, they'll get Greenfield Northwestern, a WIVC opponent, here next week. And they'll have the game time announced, I'm sure, later today.
Don't be surprised if it's 1 o'clock.
It'll be 1 or 2. Could play Friday night, I guess. Probably not. Under center is Moore. Takes the snap, hands it off to Riley. Right side, there's the first down they need. He's got it and more as he's taken down inside the 10 to the 70-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play. And now a couple of needs away from this game being finished. 1st and goal at the 7.
78 yards for Riley on the day now. 21 first downs.
This Panther team has been dominant today. And they're going to win this one 24-0, move it to 11-0 on the season. Sesser Valier going to finish the season at 8-3. And now we have a stoppage of the clock. And what do we have here? What? Oh, put your hands in the air like you just don't care, the referee says, with 1:02 left. They'll reset the 40-second play clock and wind the game clock here. And there'll be one knee needed here in this one. And that'll be all she wrote. Moore looks at the play clock. He knows what he has to do here. The referee tells him, hey, anytime you're ready now, you can go ahead and kneel it out. Line comes set. Moore under center. Takes a snap. Takes the knee. And that'll do it in this one. Final score, 24-0. Camp Point Central defeats Sesser Valier. Good season by the Red Devils, but it ends here today at Camp Point Central on a windy afternoon. And we take you to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, where since 1942, Illini Community Hospital has been serving the community with high-quality medical services close to home. Learn more about the services they offer at IlliniHospital.org. Final stats and analysis and the player of the game presented by Edward Jones. Financial advisor Derek Harris next on Central Illinois Sports.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Welcome back on the Illini Community Hospital post-game show. 24-0 the win for Camp Point Central this afternoon as they head to the 1A quarterfinals, defeating Sesser Valier today at home in just a fairly dominating fashion. And Jack, the scoreboard is a 24-0 win, but as far as yardage and time of possession go, Camp Point Central just controlled this game from whistle to whistle.
It was dominant on the defensive side. The offense did what they had to do. The Panthers would score twice in the second quarter to go in at halftime 12-0 on a 1-yard run by Isaac Ginnenbacher and a 29-yard run by Isaac Ginnenbacher, 12-0 at halftime. And then Drew Papen would go in from 8 yards out at the 4:33 mark of the third quarter of play. And then Ginnenbacher would have a 19-yard run at the 2:37 mark of the third quarter. They failed on all 4 extra point attempts, but they win it 24-0 in action here. As we take a look at some individual stats on the day and the team stats, 19 attempts rushing for 10 total positive yards for the squad from Sesser Valier. They were 12 of 18 passing, had 1 fumble on the day. Actually, 2 fumbles on the day, I should say. 72 yards in passing, 82 total yards for Sesser Valier. They had 4 first downs in the ball game. 14 yards for Gabe Gunner on the day. Gunner also caught the ball for 3 times for 22 total yards. 9 yards for Carson Hofford, the quarterback. 18 negative yards for Brock Shelf on the day on 6 carries, and 5 positive yards for Desmond Malone. In the passing category, Wyatt Locks had 26 yards on 4 catches on the day, 18 yards for Colt Packer on the day on 2 catches. Carson Holford, once again, was 12 of 18, no interceptions, 82 total yards of offense. The Panthers would roll 49 carries, 347 yards. They would pass the ball 4 of 11 for 31 yards. They gave up 1 fumble on the day. They were led in rushing on that 21 total first downs on the day for Isaac Ginnenbacher, 114 yards, 15 carries. 78 yards for Ross Riley on 12 carries. 3 carries on the day for Gavin Graves for 2 total yards. 16 yards for Hunter Lauterbach on 3 carries. 13 yards for Moore on 2 carries. 36 yards for Drew Paben and a touchdown. 88 yards for Connor Griffin on 18 carries on the day. Once again, Moore completed 3 passes on the day, or 4 passes for 11 yards. 378 total yards of offense. So almost 300 yards more offense for the Panthers, and a lot of that came because of the defensive skills of the Panthers. And they'll have a WIVC matchup, the North and the South, next week. It ought to be exciting.
It'll be Greenfield Northwestern here next week. We can also tell you route does fall to Tuscola today, 29-26. So Tuscola heads on the road next week to take on Colfax Ridgeview, who won their contest today. And then the winners of those two contests will play in the semifinals the week after. Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, who are Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about another just outstanding afternoon from Isaac Ginnembacher, Jack? I'm telling you, if you looked at his overall stats on the season, he probably will miss out on making an all-state bid as a running back there, just stats-based. But for the people who see him play, when it comes time to make the money, he does it for this Camp Point Central squad, and over 100 yards on the ground today, and 3 touchdowns to his name as well.
If he misses the All-State is about as silly as somebody making MVP on the last-place team. It makes no sense because that guy is an All-Stater from the get-go. But so are a lot of the kids on the Panther team on the defensive side, too.
Camp Point Central will host Greenfield Northwestern next week. We'll have the call for you here on Central Illinois Sports. Pay attention for a game time later today to be announced there. That's going to do it from Camp Point Central High School. For Jack Hull and Jacob manning the camera this afternoon, I'm Charlie Hull, thanking you for joining us on another Central Illinois Sports presentation.